So the UN wants us to be communists?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
I guess so. I stayed pretty
article.
devoid of news again because it's just, world's burning as usual, and and we're doomed.
Yeah, and Austin gets to be
It's a lead
here
into the
to
UN.
see it.
And,
Austin, say hi to
and now you get to learn
Howdy.
how bad things really are.
You get to deal with what I deal with every week when I come here, and I get to just hear about everything's retarded and gay.
You walked in shoulders up, they're gonna be down.
reports.
Prepare to be black-pilled. Where are we gonna black-pill on?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot of just terror reports. It's hard wading through all the propaganda.
Orc pilled. Ooga booga.
Okay, so where the hell is it?
Wasn't that full when we left the house like 5 minutes ago?
Mind your business.
Okay.
It's all good.
So, the Nelson Mandela Facebook page posted an article.
Nelson Mandela Facebook page.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Posted an article
When did he
called
die?
"The UN Chief Slams Myths, Delusions, and Falsehoods Around Inequality." So this was apparently...
The
for
sad part is
context-
that could be in the right direction. We know it's not going to be in the right direction.
Yeah.
It could be like your inequality's fucking fabricated from your too much autism everywhere.
We're just standing in the line for the ride. We're not even close yet.
So for context, apparently this was
don't know.
an annual speech that the UN gives in New York for in honor of Nelson Mandela. or
Get the
something
UN
like
the
that.
fuck out of my country.
They do an annual
I
dick
guess.
suck of Nelson Mandela.
I guess it's a it's
awesome.
they talk about it briefly in the article. I don't know too much about it, but
A minute.
all right. So I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but Antonio Gutierrez.
Gutierrez? Jesus Christ! You never read a legal name before?
Uses Mandela lecture to call for radical shakeup of IMF and World Bank in the wake of coronavirus pandemic. So,
Sounds good. Yeah, break up the World Bank. I'm down with that.
the UN Secretary General will today deliver one of his most stinging speeches to date, attacking the myths, delusions, and falsehoods around international progress on equality. In an unusually...
Okay, hold the fucking phone.
I'm liking these radicals and progress.
International
Digging 'em.
progress. Implying we're all in the same race here to even attempt to get equality.
Well,
when
that's
we got,
what they-
that's
that's what
not
they
how
want.
this fucking
Yeah,
works.
Nestle has slaves all over the world, and yet here we're in a race against to reach equality equally.
Okay, yeah. Well, the Muslims beat their women to death.
And throw
But it's
acid on their faces because they showed too many ankles or whatever the hell.
This is super relevant with the Uyghurs in China. They somebody recorded drone footage. They weren't recording from the drone, but someone recorded from their phone of just aisles of people chained up, blindfolded, being loaded onto train cars. And
Weird. That's almost like
You know they're Nazi Germany.
it's almost like, it was like, that sounds a little genocide-y.
And then they come out as their new leader, Hitler.
Oh, it's rough. Oh, it's bad. But so I looked up like who investigates this? Like someone's supposed to, right? Like
Sure.
who do you think would logically be like,
I don't
oh
know.
shit, crimes against humanity,
UN,
genocide
you'd
type
think.
stuff? Yes.
No.
Yeah. Specifically UNSC, UN Special Council. They're specific tasking with crimes against humanity, genocide,
Violation
Geneva
of human
Conventions, all that kind of stuff. Guess who's a big old board member of that?
I don't know. Fucking insert Jeff Bezos here. I don't know.
No. It's countries within the UN.
Oh,
There's different
China?
countries that fund that. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. I wonder.
Like,
Yeah, because they're the
cool.
champions.
They're
They're
just
like,
like,
we're gonna
like, no, we're
investigate our
good here.
own issues here.
We've just been like, yeah, cool. They said it was good. Notice how, like, this whole coronavirus thing, all we got was reports from inside China. And every company inside China is linked intrinsically to the Chinese government. So not a single thing that came out here they didn't let in one American reporter. Closest thing you can get is Hong Kong. And
Yeah, we all know that.
And
well,
what have you heard from them lately?
Yeah, they're like, oh, Hong Kong's a problem here. Let out the coronavirus.
We'll wrangle this up real quick.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Are they still in lockdown down there? I haven't heard anything about it. I dropped the
not
ball on
supposed to.
Hong Kong. Poor fucks.
Gentlemen, there's a solution you're not seeing here. We just have to discover aliens so that we can like group together as the actual species of humans and not fucking just kill each other and be retarded. Like a real threat, you know, something that's actually malicious.
And it still won't work.
Nah, there's groups that would try to
it's gonna be like,
dick suck aliens, ride the alien dick hard, and they would try to just be their golem to help destroy humanity. Like, oh, if I'm the king of the ashes.
Yeah, because then they'll just come down and they'll
Humans suck a
see
lot
what's
more.
happening right now and they'll be like, oh wow, the fucking white people and the black people really hate each other. Which one has more guns? We support those guys. Or the aliens will just show up and be like, wow, everyone on here is retarded. Let's hit the blow up the planet button.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah,
the whole thing
realistically,
progress.
if they have like light speed travel, they definitely have a way to just explode the planet instantly. So
They're probably like, wow, these guys are behind.
I was watching some interesting, stupid shit. Joe Rogan had an interview with a journalist that's been a UFO dude for forever, and they're, talking about how gravity and time, they can just pop in and out and shit, and it's not real. I'm like, that's an interesting theory.
Well, because gravity can technically manipulate the passage of time, which makes no sense when you say it, but when you actually have it explained to you, it can kind of make sense. It's fucking whack.
Physics hurts my head.
yeah, get Neil deGrasse Tyson in here. I bet he'd fucking rock your shit.
And
for
then
a
he would
minute.
tell me, celebrating the New Year's retarded because I'm pretentious.
Make a physics fart joke, and then I'm like, okay, Neil. And,
Astrophysics, black guy, goodbye.
I don't care. Carl Sagan was better. Fight me.
But, I don't know. Is there a way to do it? Maybe. Is there a way to travel instantly across a very large distance? The only thing is I feel like there has to be something about inertia canceling in there so you don't flatten yourself. But I also don't.
They talk about that in there.
I'm not a space engineer. I don't know.
Yeah,
Getting
it's
severely off
crazy,
topic.
man.
I don't care.
Oh yeah. I'd rather talk about aliens than the UN because that's still fantasy. That's still fantasy. This dark 1984 Brave New World, like
Hey, that's accurate too.
Man.
Everyone's like, yeah, 1984. But Brave New World, I think, is much closer to where we're actually going to be at.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a solid combo of both.
Definitely.
1984 is what China is right now.
This is me being the wild native finally going native and just like throwing my shit at the cameras at the end of the book. Spoiler. This is just me shouting on like, well, fuck it, I'll get fine, fuck you.
And then hanging yourself in a lighthouse?
Not quite that. Well, we're gonna. I cut it off there. I'm not down with that. Never give up. Always forward.
I'm also reminded, I don't know why, of because this picture I saw, because bitches are dumb. And she fucking has a thing. It's a sign that says you can't be. There's no one's illegal on stolen land. And I'm like, what fucking year are you living in? You fucking idiots. We have boundaries and things for reasons.
Were we the first nation to ever conquer anything?
No, but they want to act like it is because their scope of history and their scope of humanitarianism is literally what is shown in front of them and what the first person who knew 2 seconds of information more than them told them, and they're just like, and that's it.
Our settlement here is more peaceful than what's getting ready to pop off in Europe.
I mean, we know
that fucking horde that is just, you can just watch it through like year by year. It's just like, I'm like, I wonder what's gonna happen next year.
Wait, what? I'm maybe lost.
Dude, the immigration that has been flooding through the EU. Since the EU,
the extended universe of Star Wars.
It started getting really bad and just flooding in Bush Jr. During his tenure. It got real bad then, and it just hasn't stopped, and it's gotten worse and worse. And you see like beheadings and shit years ago on the streets of UK, and everyone's like, oh, that fucking sucks. And
too bad our police don't have guns.
Yeah. They're all taking knees for BLM right now, dancing and shit. And like, oh, cool, yeah, brave.
In an
Diversity.
unusually strongly worded speech, Antonio Guterres urged
Oh my
major
god, dude.
Okay, let me see that. I want to see what it actually is.
Gutierrez?
Okay, no, it's not Gutierrez. I would say that's Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez?
Gutierrez?
The highlighted part. Gutierrez?
Guterres.
Gutierrez? Yeah, Gutierrez.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not
Gutierrez. We were roasting
Call him
on
G.
you.
yeah. Like, oh, all right, call him G.
Antonio G.
Call him G.
Anti-G.
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 Anti-G urged major reform into the UN Security Council, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank to address systematic inequalities exposed by the coronavirus pandemic.
No, okay. Whoa. Hold on. Exposed by the... No.
Oh, wait.
No.
He's gonna have his points.
There
He's gonna
is
have
no
his
point.
points. He might have something. So, the health crisis had revealed the world's fragility and laid bare risks we have ignored for decades. Inadequate health systems, gaps in social protection, structural inequalities, environmental degradation, the climate crisis. He says.
So to be fair, he's not wrong. To be fair, he's not wrong. It's just they're the people in charge that implemented these policies that led to these problems.
Yeah.
We have a solution. Like, oh, go eat a bag of dicks. What are you fucking talking about? You're the people that did this to the world.
They're probably just trying to pull the Mysterio, and everybody's just too
Yes.
stupid and forgets. They're just like, hold on,
True.
wait, guys.
As we know,
I'm here to
it's
save you.
Sadly true.
Little did you know I made this problem, but you actually do know that. You just don't remember because you're stupid.
Yeah, it's not hard.
It's literally-
It's not hard to see.
You guys can't see this, but I'm holding up my
Kinda
phone
close.
right now. This is literally all you need to know is right here. In the palm of every person in America's hands, including children, is the knowledge you need to know that the government has been fucking you for centuries. And they're still fucking you now, balls deep every day. And yet people are still going to be like, "Yeah, but my government cares about me."
Hang on, I'm gonna
like-
meme on you. I'm gonna meme on you hard right now. But I get my lotion.
It's crazy, dude. Wow.
What are we like 20 minutes in? You feel
yeah.
that cloud?
Yeah. He said the pandemic was exposing fallacies and falsehoods everywhere. The lie that the free market can deliver health care for all. The fiction that unpaid care work is not work. The delusion that we live in a post-racist world. The myth that we are all in the same boat. The anger of the #MeToo movement and Black Lives Matter.
Okay, I'm going to give you a tip, my guy. Don't put those in the same fucking sentence because anything attached to Me Too makes you look like a retard.
Yeah. The anger of Me Too and Black Lives Matter movements were a measure of utter disillusionment with the status quo.
No, it's not.
Anti-G
The
said.
What the status quo that everybody actually has a chance, but they don't want to act like they do because they'd rather be fucking derping around in their squalor.
While colonialism and patriarchy were historical sources of inequality.
That doesn't. Okay. No.
You know what? You know what is like racist to say now? Is that motherfucker America has done more before like 40s, say, is when we got really fucking where we like, oh, we're the baddies now. But we brought more out of poverty and inequality than any other nation ever. Like, yeah, like when you think about Rome and you're like, oh, they're the first republic. You know, like 10,000 people could vote and only people that lived in Rome. Like, the rest of the people are like, no, fuck you. You do what you're told. Like, republic. Like, we were the first, like, true republic, but then, you know, that went away.
Let's not fool ourselves. The legacy of colonialism still reverberates. We see this in economic and social injustice, the rise of hate crimes and xenophobia.
Hey, are you trying to tell me that America is more xenophobic than it was in 1960?
Yes.
When they were fucking hanging people?
Yes.
Dude. Oh my god.
Kind of.
The rise of... Oh, jeez.
Kind of.
The
Just not in the way that you think nowadays. We've seen what's happening in the streets. The world's a-changing, boys.
The persistence of institutionalized racism and white supremacy.
Yup. Man.
We see this in the global trade system. Economies that were colonialized are at greater risk of getting locked into the production of raw materials and low-tech goods.
China.
Of colonialism, and we see this in global power.
Actually, they are. That's actually never mind with that. Like China is actually going hardcore colonialist. They're just being like no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
They're conquering Africa right now.
Yeah.
And Mexico, kind
I
of.
thought they were invading India. Is that a real thing, or was that just clickbait on
It's
my phone?
tense. There were shootings and stuff. Some soldiers hit the floor, but it's just tense. Nothing real popping off yet.
They're just waiting for somebody to make a big enough move, and then they're gonna so they can retaliate and be the guys who were. I was on the defense. I'm under
I was on the
attack.
defensive, but their country got completely annihilated. Trust me on this.
Trump is Trump's got some ships in the South Sea right now. It's
And
Spicy.
if there's
Flexing.
a place to get rid of, if there's a place that needs to actually get wrecked by the rest of the world, it's China, dude. Fuck that place.
It was such a good place before the communist revolution.
I know.
It was so good, such a great history. It's such a tragedy,
I know communism.
and
is
we're
a
gonna have to
tragedy.
turn it into a parking lot because there's no way to get that evil out of there. Otherwise, I don't know if there's any other way.
I don't know. We have to get Russia on our side, then we split the country 50-50.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it like
15,
16 years ago, my parents went there to adopt my little sister, and they wanted to like take video and stuff, but like people in the road were like fucking like waving their camera away and shit like that, like don't fucking video here. Like, and that was like 16 years ago, you know? Like they were just like constant like trying to like censor like videotaping and just in general.
It's
And so,
weird. I
like,
think it's flipped.
yeah, my dad would walk around with his camera like at his hip and just like not like this, obviously, just like still have it on just so they could like because they took a trip to China. It was neat. They saw the Great Wall, like stuff like that. And,
Man, I wish Jess was here. She went with my mom, and like would have been cool to have you guys talk about some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll
Doesn't
show
matter
up.
now. It might as well not be there.
Speaking from UN's New York headquarters, Auntie G was delivering the annual Nelson Mandela lecture on what would have been Mandela's 102nd birthday to an online.
What a useless statement.
Yeah, I know, right? To an online audience for the first time in its 18-year history. So I guess.
So in 18 years, you haven't been doing it online either.
No, I guess. Well, I think that what they're saying is that the UN has been in America for 18 years.
Well, no, I'm saying. Well,
Guess how long that's been. Who was president 18 years ago?
I don't fucking know.
yeah,
Wait,
I
no,
was like
it was
3. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
George W. Bush boy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, 2002. 18 years, so that was 1 year after 9/11.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Bush boy.
Bush boy.
Africa, G said, had been a double.
In the Africa, G said. I love this.
Africa, G said, had been a double victim. First because because of colonialism, and second
naturally.
because African countries were underrepresented in the international institutions set up after the Second World War.
Because they were busy shaking sticks at each other.
What
do you fucking mean?
Hell yeah. Look, I'm not the one that said it this time. Hell yeah. Motherfucker, there's a tribe that's just now discovering the wheel set down there. Like, goddamn. Come on now.
It's like, well, we told them they have to wear shoes when they come here. They started clicking at me. I don't know.
They were just slurping on guava and looking at us like they don't even understand, dude. What do you fucking mean?
The nations that came out came out on top 70 years ago, have refused to contemplate the reforms needed to change power relations in international institutions. The composition and voting rights in the U.S.
I'm ahead.
Hang on,
I don't want to be ahead anymore here.
Hang
we'll
on.
trade
Can we
power.
take a pause? Can you open a new tab real quick? I think
Okay.
it's semi-relevant.
Okay.
It's semi-relevant. Can you look up if Somalia is on any boards in the UN? If they're a recognized member of the UN?
Okay.
They're just fucking pirates, dude. Like real pirates. I'm not talking about web pirates. I'm talking about
Like
fucking
checking
ARG,
if
man.
those
Somalia
dudes
is on the
who
UN.
on some
Yeah.
Carnival
If
cruises and just call it
Like,
good.
is Somalia on the
Is
UN?
Somalia on the UN?
I doubt it.
United Nations operation in Somalia. Somalia meeting coverage and press releases. Is the UN in Somalia? The United Nations has been engaged with Somalia since 1991 to support its
Good
government.
job.
Yeah, to support its government and people to advance peace and security. After 2 decades of lawlessness and conflict, the peace process had made significant progress, creating new hope for Somalia's
Yeah, it
future.
did. Sure.
Yeah, dude.
We got a congresswoman. It did a great job. That place is so corrupt. You know who the you might need to fact check me on this,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure that the current president, if not the last one, was a businessman from Chicago.
Oh, this.
You
wait a
can
minute.
buy your way into just openly, like, oh yeah, fucking $1 million American
Yeah,
is
you know
great,
when
lot of
Somalia
money.
got. Wait a minute. What the fuck? How's that even work? I'm looking at the date of admission of Somalia into the UN, and it's done. What the fuck year is that? 1960. So
Get the fuck out of
the
here!
20th of September. Is that the 9th month? September.
Yeah, 9 of
So
September.
the 20th of September in 1960. I'm guessing.
They've been doing
Because
a
it's
great job.
2960, so I'm guessing that's 1960.
So what was
But yeah, the
1991?
UN needs to rule the world, guys. They need to tell us
Why
what to
not? They're already
do.
doing a great job.
Yeah, they are like. This is the thing is like they do like they have their tendrils and everything as evidenced, and it doesn't matter. It's just their purpose is to funnel into like 0.01%.
The composition and voting rights in the UN Security Council and the boards of the Bretton Woods system are a case in point. Inequality stands at the top in global institutions. Addressing inequality must start by reforming
Are
them.
there black people in the UN? Are there Asian
Here's
people
the
in
Yes,
the
we
UN?
just answered that question.
Hey, wow. Oh, wow.
Here's the good part. Okay, so here's. The
I
good-
don't think
you're
any
gonna-
of this is the good part.
You're
Dude,
gonna,
this
you're
is
gonna love
he
this,
started
Jess.
reading this shit to me, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So I just
You're gonna love this one, Zach. This is
You're gonna
great.
love my nuts.
So, more advanced countries, he said, had failed to deliver the support needed for the developing world in these
Suck my dick.
dangerous
Okay.
times. No, hold on. Just trust me.
but wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
He called for a new global deal based on fairness and a revamped social contract to deliver universal health cover and the possibility of a universal basic income.
Communists!
Dude.
Communists!
Dude.
Cahill's probably dispensing a disturbance
Dude,
in the
when did
freedom
I-
right now!
When did I there's a pod that's the cool thing, like no one watches this shit, but at least I can archive like I was fucking right. 12 other people know it. Like November when I called this shit or something.
God damn, dude. That's like, okay, I don't know, like, if you watch anime. I know you kind of do. But fucking Log Horizon, dude, it's not the fucking powerful's responsibility to help the weak. The powerful are just as free as everyone else, dude. That's literally a fucking, like, huge facet of the goddamn show so far. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, like, that's just how it is. dude.
Basically, what happens is, video game becomes real, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that's where in-game MMO events start happening and affecting the world itself, and all the players are going to be fine. The players are adventurers. They're like a different race of people.
Yeah, they can, like, level up, have abilities and shit.
They
Whereas,
can
like,
survive.
the NPCs are just, like, regular.
What are we talking about right now? Are we talking about Pillars of Creation?
We're talking about Log Horizon.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Sorry,
the
I'm
whole
like,
thing
wait
is
a
that
fucking second.
All the NPC people are
Had that
like,
game on my mind,
you
sorry.
guys should be helping us and because you have the ability to do so, you should be helping us.
Yeah, you were given a gift by God, so you should use it to help. Those
And then the
weaker
players
ones.
are like, "How about you go fuck yourself?"
Yeah.
Like, we can literally
Oy
do whatever
vey.
we want.
Oh,
bro.
fuck that. Fuck that. That's some.
And that's why they went to the kingdom and were like, "Okay, we'll help you, but we ain't helping you for free." What the fuck you think this
Because
is?
we're adventurers. Give us a quest, bro.
Or
Give
we'll
us a
wipe you
reward.
out ourselves.
Nice. I might have to check it out. I'm trying to chew through Attack on Titan because I get the like.
Watch Steins Gate, Will. You faggot.
Holy shit!
You fucking
Holy
idiot.
shit! He still hasn't watched Steins.
Especially
I
because it's
watched
so-
it.
it's-
I haven't watched Steins Gate.
You should, especially because
It's all right.
it's weirdly
It's all right.
relevant to. There's an evil company that's in the show that's fucking real, and it's kind of creepy.
I can't believe that you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
can't
You ever heard of CERN?
No.
Yeah, well, they're real, and they built a black hole, and they're the bad guys in the show, and they're probably actually evil in real life. I
Maybe
bet
it's
they are.
because I went to Antarctica. That's why I know CERN's real. Because
All right, shit, dude. I guess so. I had never even heard of it. Steins Gate.
Yeah, it's so good. I have it on Blu-ray. So,
No.
yeah, it's so
Is
good.
it not just on like Hulu? Or
I mean, it
some
probably is. really fucking good.
no,
It's
it's
not.
not.
Crunchyroll? Probably.
It might be on Crunchyroll. I
It's
don't
fine.
have Crunchyroll.
But either way,
I don't
yeah,
watch
point.
that much
Dude,
anime.
anime is so woke.
Yeah.
That people don't fucking
I'm realizing this. I think it may be the last bastion for good story.
Yeah, it really. Yeah.
And I may have to suck. I've always had there's like some shit that you're just like adverse
He calls
to.
me a weeb, but I can bring the weeb infection to everybody.
Nigga, no, I'm not. I jokingly call you a weeb. If you ever tell me that you have an anime like waifu body pillow, then I don't get to call you anymore because it's not ironic.
Oh, that'd be fine. I wouldn't mind having the actual, like, I don't need a fucking cover with a fucking chick on it. That's retarded. But a body pillow sounds pretty comfortable.
Body
Those
pillows.
are nice.
There's
It's
a-
fucking-
it's- there's-
Yeah, and
there's
then
a
you
big
can fucking
difference.
like.
It's
Yeah.
comfortable.
There's a big difference between body pillow and anime body pillow.
Yeah.
Just one.
But no, are you like starting off in anime with Attack on Titan or what?
No. I've like throughout the years
got him
I've
to
watched
watch
like
Steins
shit
Gate.
here and there.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Well,
I've never been adverse
Dude,
to it.
you
If
should
someone
watch
drops it on my lap,
Shillero
it's just-
and Overlord. Those are like two big ones.
he'd
for
love
me.
Overlord because he plays MMOs.
Okay,
So he
you
would
fucking love Overlord then.
But that's not about being. That's not super woke though. Log Horizon's kind of politically woke.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like Attack on Titan's a weird one to start with. It's kind of weird because it's like fucking weird, but also like
I
the main
made it
character's
through the
kinda
first
ass.
season.
Should watch
he's-
Higurashi.
He's baby Hitler is what he is.
No,
I mean,
nah, dude. Baby Hitler is the saga of Tanya the Evil. That's baby Hitler.
Actual literal.
Little girl, dude. Businessman gets reincarnated into little girl in magic World War I Germany land and starts becoming the ultimate fucking warlord in Germany. And the whole
God,
thing is
that's
to-
my dream.
and to fight. And the whole reason he's there is because he
That's all I
he
want.
dies, and God's like, hey, and he's like, you're not real. And God's like, I'm literally right here. And he's like, now you fuck. If you were God, this wouldn't be happening because if you're God, it means you fucking suck at being God. And God's like, you know what? Fuck you. And you're gonna go be a little girl in World War I weird
yeah.
magic Germany. And then he's like, I'll kill you. It's such a good show.
No, but like I don't know. I think
oh my God.
Rise of Shield Hero is kind of like MMO elements, but it's also woke as fuck with like the way like people should deal with each other.
Oh no, yeah, I guess I guess Shield Hero's pretty woke, and it also doesn't follow the whole anime trope of
Man.
everything's happy and nice. And
And I'm a hero. It's like this dude gets shit on so fucking hard, and he's like a genuinely nice guy, and it just makes him this bitter fucking garbage guy. So you want to treat me like shit? I'll be shit, you mother-fucker.
I will
And then he
ruin
gets
everything.
powerful, and he fucking shits on everyone.
That's Alex Jones.
It's like all I can imagine now is one of the gifs with him with the shield on his arm. He's like, "You come back here, I'm gonna kick your ass."
Shit, that's funny.
Got the
No,
That's
but,
fucking
dog
hilarious.
shield.
That's
What's
awesome.
that? You should like at some point. I know Jess doesn't want to watch it, but at some point you should watch Higurashi. It has some child
I just-
torture in it, but
My favorite.
it's a really damn good
Okay.
anime. It's a really good story.
Supernatural drama.
Supernatural drama
horror
type
show.
horror. Yeah, really good.
I
Anyway.
just need shit dropped in my lap, and I'll like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. Like, no, I've never been advert.
Anyway, so the UN just told us.
I never
become
thought about
communist.
chewing Copenhagen, but every once in a while, then I chewed Copenhagen, and then I just started liking Copenhagen.
Yeah, so universal basic income
Oh yeah, we're back to reality. Shit.
Communism.
and universal health coverage.
So, I asked Will this. I feel like it's relevant to kind of come to what communism actually is and what the point of communism is, and with like fascism. Well, what do you guys think the definition of fascism is?
I honestly have never really known what it actually means because I never looked it up because I don't care.
It's like a super totalitarian government, yeah?
It can be.
I don't know. I always thought I thought the way that it always seems to be portrayed or described would be like, I don't know, it kind of seems like just tyranny. Usually, like when you have a tyrant who's over you and says, "This is how it's gonna be. You don't get rights. You get rights when I say you get rights. You do what I tell you to do."
Ruling through fear.
Yeah, that's what seems like fascism
Iron
to
fist.
me. Would
So
that
dictatorship?
kind of, yeah. Like I would say that dictatorships are. That's what fascist is. But I think fascism can also be in any direction. It's basically saying this. What I believe is right and what you believe is wrong. You could literally say, I believe helping anybody besides yourself is completely wrong, and then everybody's like, I'm altruistic. It's like, go fuck yourself, and they'd be like, that's just fascism.
Force that upon them. You're fascist.
Is that accurate?
I mean,
that was a really extreme retard example, but you know what? You see where I'm coming from.
So generally what people associate fascism with is ultranationalism, right? Generally in an ethno way.
Okay, so you say like white power.
Yeah, is what you generally think of, but that's not inherent to that. That became a staple on when Germany it kind of fucked up a lot of shit in a lot of ways for a lot of people. So
I already don't like his definition.
So here,
What is that?
here, okay.
Hit us with it.
Fascism is a form of far-right, authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, as well as strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which gained a prominence in early 20th century Europe. People think this country is full of fascism, yet...
But the thing is, hold on though. You said forcible suppression. Who's fucking doing that?
China.
Well, yeah, but the fucking left, bro.
Oh.
When the right try and have a voice, they fucking censor that shit. They fucking scream in their face. They pull out a megaphone and say, "Hey, shut the fuck up!" At fucking seminars and shit. That's
almost like
forcible suppression.
It's almost like they're fucking hypocrites and they're idiots.
That's the fucking crazy part. But this is fucking far right, of course. Which, like, I think there's crazy people on either side.
Because by the basic, by the political compass, that would traditionally be on the right of the compass. But that's the thing is that you have this bullshit left-right shit labeling garbage that garbles up what's actually happening.
So here's a little breakdown of fascism. Okay, it is economically left, culturally right. So you get from your culture, you get your nationalism, your through pride in the nation, through religion, however it's incorporated.
Okay, so America's always been kind of like that. It's always been America, fuck yeah.
Kinda. We took they kind of fascism came around after our republic. They modeled fascism after us in the original way, and then did stupid shit as stupid people do. But fascism originated as a counter movement to communism in Italy after World War One. It took their economic system. They seized the economy that was being destroyed through communism, being dispersed out everywhere and just draining Italy.
Because communism doesn't work.
Right, because it's inherently its purpose is to drain the economy. It's inherent to communism.
Don't tell Angela.
dude, he would fucking. I would love to have him for one of these.
Oh boy!
Partially because I think that he's good at arguing, and secondly because that fucking conversation would be insane. Dude.
I don't let commies in my fucking hat.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
The only thing is that all he is, from what I've observed, is he has a reasonable knowledge of what he says, but I feel like he tries to be so verbose to get his point across instead of just being right. because he's extremely wrong in multiple cases, and I've literally seen it, but he doesn't want to actually admit it. So it's like, fine, you want to live into a
No,
life.
I mean,
okay, with
he's
yourself.
like educated as fuck, but somehow
he thinks communism works.
like, you know, he reads like fucking tons of like Marxist literature and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally knows like what it is and like how it works and what...
Ask him if he's ever read the Gulag Archipelago.
Okay, why?
Just
what is
do
this?
it. It's a very relevant one for the time period by a guy that was suffering under communism.
That wasn't real communism.
What's that?
That wasn't real communism.
Nah, nigga, that was actual communism.
That,
Like, I don't like nah, like yeah, yes it was. Sorry.
Okay, wait. So here's a question for you. Since I don't know as much about the news as you, Venezuela. You remember when they were like, there's videos of the like trucks just like running over people in it was Venezuela, right?
Dude, I don't know what's going on with so there's a lot of shit that goes into how we fuck with South America.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And gotta realize we haven't been the good guys for a long time. We've been fuck, man. We started trying to
Weasel our way.
after the 60s. There was a brief period, and then, you know, wha-bam, a president died, and then all of a sudden, you know, everything was back on course again. But there was a brief period. But as we were talking about the UN, man, we got so.
I mean, the rest of the article is pretty, well, I mean, kind of. I mean, a lot of. I think they bring up Nelson Mandela again, but that was the main bit. The fact that he's just basically saying like, yeah, let's America, you should just do communism.
Yeah, give that a whirl, like we haven't
the
been.
Nelson Mandela fucking conference speech bullshit, whatever. Yeah, and it's funny that you. I think they bring him up again or something. That's just hilarious.
The fact that they were hiding behind, it's like they're literally like saying, "It's like, I see Nelson Mandela. You guys like him? He's a person who did things."
Be a nice Nelson Mandela effect, like we were communists. I thought we were communists already.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this place.
I'm sorry.
Because like, you know, the right were all saying that Venezuela was communist, right? And they're like, yeah, this is what happens when communism happens. Look at these trucks run over people and whatnot, right? And I was like, okay, well, like, is that the case? Like, are they actually communist? I don't know what their government was, you know?
So,
because when I brought that up to Angelo, I was like, dude, like, have you seen these videos? Like, this is the shit that happens when the, like, you know, this is what you're pushing for, essentially, right? So, like, this is what happens when governments get like that. And he's like, yeah, but only one of the institutions of the government were communistic or whatever the fuck. And I was like, what the okay.
Okay, so what?
Like,
clearly,
like,
so what?
So what they're doing
Job's
is not
done
working.
still.
Like they're fucking running people over in the goddamn
these
road.
people want to argue, well, it only affected this one small. Well, clearly it didn't, because if you can take out the oil industry like it was in this instance, which is why it was Venezuela was one of the top oil producers. They were one of the most wealthy nations just like a decade ago. And then we went to help and spread freedom. And now they're socialist, communist, and their people are starving and they have to slash zeros. And RuneScape money is a better currency than Venezuelan money right now.
Holy shit!
Yeah, you can make more money going farming gold.
For a while there was a race war on RuneScape because there was a farm set up, so you make enough gold by farming this dragon, get this fucking egg, and they were pissed off at these people because these Venezuelan people were hogging it because I have to feed my family. And so they started fucking whacking them. Give us our fucking game. Start a little race war in RuneScape. It was awesome and terrible.
It was awesome and terrible. That's fucking crazy. Jesus.
How far are we in so far?
Hell yeah! I mean, I gave up on the fascism thing. Anyway, fascism came out of trying to fight communism, and it can be corrupted. Communism inherently is corrupted. You it has to centralize power, and when you centralize power, people on the bottom suffer. It has to happen.
Yeah.
But there shouldn't be a bottom.
See, that's the thing. It's like if these people who argue that that true communism hasn't been tried yet, or not that it hasn't
Been successfully implemented.
been successfully implemented yet. Well, then why keep? I mean, how many times are we going to keep trying to do it before we decide maybe we should
Before they realize that, oh, right, people are the inherent flaw to the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson said something really neat about this. He said that, people will say, well, real communism hasn't been done yet because it doesn't work, right? And they just fucked it up and we could do it better. Jordan Peterson says, if you think you can do communism better than the people before you that have tried, that is one of the most narcissistic things you can possibly fucking think.
Which is
because
why
people that
it's
are more
doomed from the
powerful
start.
than you have tried and failed, and it maybe, God knows you're that fucking golden hero that can pull it off. What happens when you fucking die in 20 years and the guy who fucking takes it over is a complete fuck ass? Because that's how it works. Or you're going to get fucking assassinated because you're in charge.
You can have all the best intentions in the world, but it's concentrated power. We figured this out a long fucking time ago, but we can't learn. We're too stupid. Apparently we are doomed to repeat history. That's the sad thing. That's the black pill. Is like, apparently we are too fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many people yell, how many Bonhoeffers and shit there are in the world. Doesn't fucking matter. Because they'll just fuck you, eat it, do what you're told. It doesn't matter if you take the blue pill or not. Like, blue pill, red pill, same boat.
Yeah. Resources are unlimited.
Yeah.
Unless we find that exit button.
God damn it!
I'm still flirting with simulation theory.
every time.
Wait, you think the world's a simulation?
No, I like the idea of it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think so. I think I think it's arrogant for people to like, well, statistically, we probably are. We're more likely than not. People like Elon Musk saying that type of shit. And, like, that is arrogance. That is, like, we can see around us where great civilizations have failed before. And what we see this shit going on. Elon Musk, his other thing, he's smart enough to realize that, we're fucked. We need to get a seed off the planet if it's going to survive. I think that's really what it's all like. Get a seed out because it's about to get dark over here.
Okay, when you say
Come
seed,
back
do you mean
later.
like humans that are like embryos like what do you mean by seed? Do you mean like a party of 10,000 of the world's smartest people that go off into
I don't know how he's gonna do it. But people.
I really
seeds to keep it alive, like the human race alive.
I just really fucking dislike the idea of, but generations after us will survive. Like, who fucking cares about generations after you? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You think it matters if people after you survive?
I like the idea of it. Yeah, I like the idea.
Like,
I love the idea of the human race advancing beyond me and going to see things that I'll never be able to see. But I think that's a very powerful dream.
So do you believe in the afterlife?
No.
Well then, I don't know. I don't understand then.
What does that have to do with anything? With
if you're gonna be dead, why do you care?
You know it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter, but I like the idea of the human race continuing on in a positive way.
I like it in it's interesting sort of way. Like I think that type of fantasy is like cool, even though it's fantasy to us now. I think human race going off and like being futuristic or sci-fi, like I would.
I think only caring about the here and now and not about future innovations that'll lead us to the stars is a dangerous thing that kind of lead to like stagnation in a way.
That's not necessarily what I'm saying. I don't disagree with progress. I'm just saying I disagree
but
with
if you have no reason for after you're gone, if that's the general thought process, then what's the purpose of advancing technology and anything about like what got us that cell phone is years and years of men that came after great men that led to that technology. And if they don't give a fuck about what comes after them, then then we'll still be clacking rocks and shit.
I see your point. I don't know if I explain myself properly.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm
trying to think of it. No.
I might have missed it.
No, I get it. I understand your point exactly, and I agree with you. I just don't know how to explain what I'm getting at. I'm trying to think.
Are you saying that because you're not in a position of power to make a difference of these things, it doesn't particularly matter to you?
Not necessarily even that. It's more of like,
Because I'm in
have
the
you
same-
ever seen what's that movie with Matthew McConaughey where they like
Interstellar?
Might be Interstellar.
Yeah.
Where the old guy was like, you know, willing to like sacrifice shit now. He's like, you know, we gotta get the future for the human race. Like, you know, the whole world's gonna die, but we gotta get this shit out there. Like, I don't really. I guess I understand, but also at the same time, I'm like, you care and you're putting your whole life forward for this thing that like doesn't benefit you or like produce anything for you at all. Like,
Have you ever played Soma? Have you ever played Soma?
I have not.
You should play Soma.
Anybody should play something.
Super relevant.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm so sorry to
No, but
interrupt
like,
you
you
like
understand
that.
what I'm
but-
saying? Like,
yeah.
there's
I
no
get you.
benefit for yourself, and I'm not saying like
I don't think that's
you
relevant.
don't want to throw your life away.
for people that come after me. Like, if it
How
can,
are you throwing your life away?
You could be. He's not saying that he is.
I'm not.
How are these people throwing their life away?
Well, that dude's just fucking sacrificing shit now, including his time and energy. I guess maybe he doesn't see it as a sacrifice, but
It's some people for benefit of mankind shit fills the same void as religion without having to believe in an afterlife and ephemeral.
Sure,
because that's more tangible, because we know that unless some great catastrophe befalls us that we cannot foresee to be able to react to, the human race is going to go on. It will. However it goes, we're pernicious. We've been around for a lot longer than people give it credit for, and it's been I feel like the burden of proof is like on these other people to say that that's not the case at this point in time. We've been around for a long fucking time, and evolution is great, and whether it's through AI or we're going on, we're going forward, man, and I don't see how it trying to advance that in any way can be a bad thing for. I mean, it can be. You can fanatical in every regard, fan bases in every regard, and you have science fanboys and shit that sacrifice for anything, and the fan bases are fucking crazy. So I get that, but
it's not that I have a problem with progress. It's just I don't understand like going for progress beyond what you're like. All these inventors, like the cell phone, the people who invented like the technology to put forth the cell phone, were able to see some of that facet while or come to fruition while they were alive. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who invented the microchips and shit to make the cell phone, like Steve Jobs. I don't know what he actually did. I don't know if I'm fucking just yanking your chain right now. You know what I'm saying? Like people who spearheaded this stuff, they were able to like be there. You know what I'm
the world
saying?
has the world has great innovators.
Like
for
obviously
sure.
we took off of what they did and pushed it further after they've been gone. You know what I'm saying? Like
and our technology progress, to be fair, has been rapid.
Yeah.
It's been crazy
the thought
fast.
process of I'm gonna put forth all this time and energy in something that literally, like, knowingly won't come to fruition while I'm here is weird to me.
I don't see how it's very different. I don't see how it's different or entirely relevant.
Also, the idea.
I just whether it's gonna be in my lifetime or not, we know that the human race is going on. Like it's that. I mean, I not to retread the same thing, but I think we're just.
Do we though?
I think we are.
China's about to fucking nuke everything, and we're gonna nuke back, and then it's just gonna. You don't think that's gonna happen?
Even if it happens, that nuclear winter isn't as
Apocalyptic as portrayed?
yes, terrible, catastrophic, apocalyptic, in a sense, but
There's gonna
the
be
world's
places
gonna
where
go
people are
on.
fine.
Humans gonna go on. Human race is gonna go on. Like there, we.
Could you not just? I mean, well, okay. They say there's enough, like, what's the word? They measure like explosive power in like pounds of TNT, right? Or for atom bombs, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you just literally measure everything and just say, we have this much, if we spread it this wide, and it'll fuck up the entire United States. Literally leave zero room for. Can they not do that?
They don't have that many missiles. We don't have that many missiles.
Well, then what's the whole story of they can fucking annihilate the whole
Targeted
world?
cities.
Wipe out.
So is that entire? So I guess the theory that they teach you in
Yeah. Global annihilation. Yeah.
that's just kind of false.
It's a half truth.
Okay.
It's a lot. I think a lot of it could be there in the idea of a fear tactic to make people afraid.
It serves a purpose. There was a serious
mutually assured destruction.
There was a
what
serious
Metal Gear is all
benefit to
about.
that propaganda, because during that time when that propaganda began and continued from, unfortunately, we should have reeled it back. But at the time, it was super relevant. There was a serious threat of nuclear, like of nuclear war.
Nuclear.
Be better.
I'm a bad person.
George W. Bush.
I don't care.
Nuclear.
I don't give a shit.
All right. I guess.
Human race goes on, man. Even if it's through AI.
Yeah.
That's the creepy way, though.
Yeah,
I'm not
Joe
really a big
Rogan,
fan of
Elon
that.
Musk
Yeah.
podcast. He talks about that shit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Spooky. It kind of let me see a perspective that I believe that I'm really here. I think that takes a degree of separation that I haven't done, and I've watched myself take a piss for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Have you seen? Probably not, but because it's the Netflix show Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen it?
Yeah. Watch the first
I brought
season.
up Altered Carbon to him multiple times.
Yeah, it's like that, dude. As soon as you can download your entire
Consciousness. Whatever you call
consciousness,
it.
there you go, and fucking just move it around, and then all of a sudden bodies become sleeves, which is what they call them in the show.
You really
play
should.
Soma.
It's you can beat it in less than 6 hours.
Yeah, you should give
Get it on
give a
sale.
whirl.
worth it.
Play through. It's a real.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
It's
It's pretty. It can be woke if you
I'm
look
very
at it that way.
attracted to that idea.
You think it's good?
No,
Okay, so
but it's attractive.
Well, the thing is, though,
I think it's terrible.
It could, but hey, there's ways it could solve a lot of problems. though.
Absolutely.
And I'm not just talking about fucking hedonistic problems. I'm talking about me and Tana brought this up multiple times about how I would argue that one of the best forms of government is a good king, a genuinely good king that people give power to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who has the interests of the many in his heart, right? He
I've
has
I've
absolute
flirted
power,
with this. Yeah.
right? Like, I fuck with that. But the thing is the good king's gonna die. That's the problem. So if he can, essentially become immortal, become that altered carbon style immortal, then you've solved an issue. You've solved the issue of bad government, I think.
Man, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's
Warhammer
dangerous
40K.
because people. Think of the God Emperor, dude.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I'm
granted, I'm
saying.
not going to say Warhammer 40K is an attractive universe to live in, but I'm also going to say that if you can keep someone who's genuinely good in power and alive forever, essentially, then
I view that as as attractive as the altered carbon theory.
that's really optimistic.
But
Well, look at it this way almost.
that way lies danger.
Who's also
you
going to
should-
reserve their entire rest of their immortality to governing the people?
That's also true.
So, this is the George Washington Leviathan. Was a book written by Hobbes that flirts with should humans have freedom? Like, are they capable of this is while they were trying to set up the republic and figure out how to make a more perfect union amongst people. They talked about this, about having George Washington be the permanent king. And George Washington, who didn't want to be king, stepped down because he knew that even he would be tempted. And there are things that you can go, and it's just a little thing. It's a ripple through. Like, when you're in a position of power like that, you can't not think about the future. And those little things can be done innocently for positive reasons, but when fleshed out over the course of an empire, they befall a nation, as we saw through Rome. That's why we set up our republic to not have a king, because even a king emperor, as we which would essentially become after however many generations, would be a god. He's always been here. and you could do anything. Have you ever seen The Invention of Lying?
No.
It's a stupid movie in a world where everybody has to tell the truth, and Andy Gervais figures out that he can lie. And starts out good, but then little things, little lies that don't matter, and they ripple throughout and destroy the whole city. It's a very, very, very relevant thing.
I see what you're
And
saying.
pretty
I know
funny.
that humans are human, and like eventually, you know, after generations, that dude might just fucking break down and be a fucking shitlord.
And can you imagine like living for like 600 years over your people? That's that'd lead to some Sauron shit.
So
I don't know. I mean, like,
what about having
Or-
an actual perfected AI do it?
that's fucked though, because humans kind of fucking suck for being
What's
real.
perfect?
So when
Exactly.
when this,
What is
you
perfect?
get I Am Robot, dude, because
Yeah,
they're just gonna
I mean-
say you can't go outside because you fucking suck and you're dangerous to yourself.
If you have perfection, humanity is dead.
They also, I have no mouth, but I must scream. They made an AI that ended up, that was ruling, and then it got out of control, and they're like, hey, y'all fucking suck, and they killed everybody except for like 5 people, and sat there and tortured them for eternity.
They also had
Until
an
they found
AI
a way to
that
kill
the
themselves.
4chan turned racist in
And then the one
24
person
hours.
who didn't kill themselves ended up as an eternal suffering abomination by the AI. So no, that's not the play.
I don't think AI is ever.
Dangerous. I think
Too-
Elon
too
Musk
illogical.
is getting closer to a truth, but that's still horrifying. Cyborg Neuralink shit, which August 28th is unveiling
Wait,
some
what?
new
Neuralink?
news. Do you know about Neuralink?
I've heard of, like, I understand the
Oh,
concept,
shit.
but I don't know that much about
He's
it.
about to fucking blow your goddamn mind, bro.
Oh my god, this was like a year ago that they did their actual unveiling, but Neuralink is
It's supposed to make it so like paraplegic people can like move and shit, right?
yeah.
Which is fucking weird. That's so creepy, dude.
Dude, he
It's
said
more than
he
that,
said his last teaser tweet thing that he said was AI symbiosis while we wait. I don't like that shit. But during the unveiling, he pissed off his scientist because he's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to let might as well let the monkey out of the box. We have a monkey that can control a cell phone with his brain. Like, hang on, what? Hang on, stop. That was a year ago.
Dude.
They talked about it. They want it released like LASIK. LASIK isn't covered by insurance, so markets have to drive the prices down to make it affordable to average citizens. So you can get LASIK for like $220 an eye.
That, dude, hey. Okay, I like the idea of that, where they don't fucking let
Where
retard
insurance
companies
is
drive
outlawed.
shit up.
Outlaw insurance. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's fucking
So
crazy,
the question
dude.
is, are we going to get Neuralink?
I
don't.
I might let
So-
it happen a few times and read the news. And,
I don't buy the
Not
first
news.
Xbox. Like,
The thing is,
I
I
don't buy
is,
the
like, how
Xbox.
long is until fucking they can mind control you?
Here's the thing. Can you imagine getting left behind to such a degree?
Yeah.
That's the main thing, dude.
Mhm.
When somebody can process information fucking 100 times faster than you, and then everyone starts doing that, are you gonna fucking wait around?
You're fact checking my bullshit right now. Like, you're lying about that. Go fuck you, suck a dick. And like,
Yeah, and
oh
then
shit. I'm like,
immediately
all right
you
then.
become such a fucking detriment to society because compared
Man.
to everyone else, you suck.
You know the sad thing about that is I think chess will become a solved game eventually.
You know, I'm sure you could turn it off. Like,
Okay.
or it's like not play like that. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Like
though.
not that you can choose to not play like that
Yeah, but why wouldn't you?
because you both
You get
both,
the
like,
cheat
two
codes. We
two
all
people make
play
an
it into
agreement
the
to
ground.
Not play like that.
But
Because there's got to be a certain thing.
Yeah,
Of whoever
yeah.
makes the first.
uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna play. Hey, Austin, you want to play
Hey,
chess? Let's turn off
hey,
our cheat engine really
Hey,
quick.
handshake. Don't use ultimate power. Okay.
Well, okay,
I mean,
but it's a game of chess, though. If you're like
Yeah.
handshake, we're two nations that fucking stalemate right now. Don't use ultimate power. Obviously, somebody's gonna fuck
Yeah,
around.
there's different.
But
This
if
is
it's
a friendly
me and
game
him
of chess.
chilling in the living room, like you want to play chess, like, well, I'm gonna fucking win. No, I'm gonna fucking win. Okay, let's just fucking click it off, and
Yeah.
we're good.
So we're not.
Yeah,
trying
you
to-
hope.
Sure.
You hope so.
Otherwise,
How do you know?
Otherwise, there's
Can you
also,
ever trust it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, what does it fucking look like is my problem. You know what I'm saying? Do you have fucking wires coming out of your brain and shit like that? Or, like, do you have a fucking What's the story? Like, I
To
need.
my knowledge, it's literally
the chips?
Yep.
Can't see shit. The hair grows back. Done, son.
That's fucking crazy. Because then you're just sitting there like fucking
Can you
mega
know?
intelligent.
Do you know? Because it's not like
No, but
Ark
then
and shit. Like Black Mirror and stuff. Like their eyes do funny stuff. It's not like that.
Literally
not
just
hooked
a
up to your
regular
eyes,
guy.
it's hooked up to your
Except
brain.
I'm fucking 10 times faster and smarter than you, and I
Yeah.
can output information
So
much fucking faster than
You ever play PUBG?
Yeah.
So much goddamn cheating. It just like doesn't matter. You just assume everybody's fucking cheating.
Dude.
How can you
it's gonna
trust
be like,
that somebody
as soon
turned
as
their
this
off with that
happens,
handshake? Friend, yes,
'Cause-
but man,
Yeah, but
that's
everybody- if everybody
insidious. That
has it, then it's an
seed.
equal playing field.
That seed.
The problem is,
If
though,
everybody
But
has
everybody's
aim
not
bots.
gonna have it. There's always scabs, yo. There's always the Edgar Friendlies.
True.
But
Well,
there's gonna be people who don't have it. You know, like other countries. You know what I'm saying? So the real problem
Yeah,
is when
yeah.
you get a country of super intelligent people that can
they win the
input
game
and
of
output.
civilization.
But the problem with that though is that fucking people with like Angelo is gonna get this shit and just be fucking super like quick.
The perfect thing for a Borg hive mind that is the perfect allegory of communism.
Yeah, like, all of a sudden,
like
what
this
happens?
perfect silver platter device that just like
All these people in the UN that run shit secretly just to make a fuckload of money are gonna have that shit, dude.
So.
And when they're immediately like just fucking mounds above everyone else, more than they already are, just even through fucking just like input and output of knowledge, right? They can just communicate instantly and just like perfectly, right? You know, perfectly.
dude, no bandwidth. Ugh.
Then you just get fucked. Everyone's getting fucked immediately on this.
Wait a
thing.
minute. How would college work? How would taking tests work?
College is already irrelevant.
There's like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at like education
It's
in general
already-
will become obsolete instantly.
Like any system that has been rendered irrelevant by this garbage ass Corona shit was meant to completely fail.
Austin, you might want to not be a teacher anymore
I guess.
because everyone's
No,
gonna be able
no.
to access all of your
Fucking start homeschooling and shit.
all of the info is going to be the basic info of what encompasses our normal education system. If with the Neuralink would be, you wouldn't need to be taught. It's already there. You
It's
can access
already
it at
irrelevant
any
through the
second.
internet.
Yeah, and the thing is like the way, because like that's the way
I mean,
Elon describes
yes.
it. Is the reason that it's good is because your input and output of information is gonna just be, you know, like fucking tenfold. So it's because that's the problem with the human brain is that like you can
what
you
it's
can
gonna-
you can intake information pretty decently, but your output is
Limited by
You know what
physicality.
school's
Two
gonna
thumbs,
end
you know?
up being given this timeline? That's gonna be indoctrination play, like teaching you how to use your Neuralink, how to learn, how to learn.
yeah, fucking
Ugh.
plug the USB in and then just download
Too
today's
spooky.
course
And they're
fucking
gonna
leave.
still make you do it from behind a desk because they can't get away from that fucking school
you know what
slavery.
it'll be like though? It'll be
to-
more like what the fuck was that Disney Channel show, Phil the Future, where they go sit down. It's a gag, obviously. They go sit down to go to school, and they're in front of this thing that like they can process it almost instantly. So they go sit down, they sit at school, they sit there, and it goes, and it's like 5 seconds, and they're like, cool.
School's done.
Can't let that happen. They would never let that happen. Too much free time. People,
Exactly. You know what they're gonna
people
do?
start to
You know-
think.
It's because they'll turn
the
it.
problem
they'll
is,
turn it into
though-
labor instead.
Here's the thing. But yeah,
Hold
you might start to think, but what the fuck are you gonna think about? Exactly what they instantly fed you. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
Oh no!
Motherfuckers
No,
need
we have
to
a
read
re-
The Giver
hold the
again and take
fucking
the actual
phone.
message from
Hold
it.
on!
don't
I
know.
just thought of something worse.
Giver's great, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something worse.
All these books are fucking reality.
So, think about Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
How the whole thing that you can.
How's
generate-
Bitcoin doing, by the way, after the big old hack? Sorry.
I have no fucking idea.
We'll have to check on that in a minute.
That's not the point.
Sorry, I know, but it just like
So Bitcoin is made by solving mathematical bullshit
Right.
in your computers. You need really powerful computers to do this. What if the fucking you're running the fucking background process your fucking bullshit
And they're
to
just
use
mining
people
mining
to mine Bitcoin?
yeah,
a
smokes
thing.
graphics.
Yeah,
smokes
they-
graphics cards. That's why there was a big old boom on graphics cards
Yeah,
because
I mean-
that was where it was most intensive on.
Exactly.
And it would burn them out, and
it's-
they just drove
You
up the
basically
price
just
on those
use
fucks.
people as batteries to make Bitcoin, and all that they don't even know what's happening, and all that fucking shit is just going straight to the fucking top of the bullshit.
But the problem with that though is like
And then
it's the same thing
and
as
then you
printing
just
money.
then they just let
Is
it out.
Because the same thing is printing money in a way that as soon as everyone has a bajillion fucking Bitcoin.
It's not everybody. It's the people at the top who are using us as their fucking
Here's the difference.
fancy computers and batteries.
Here's the difference. Bitcoin, you did work, money was received. There's no debt on that. You don't owe that money. There's no interest on that money.
Sure.
It rises and falls based on how much is created. No interest is factored into it. However, with our monetary system, interest is chipped onto literally every little piece of whatever is done, every transaction, everything, and on money that was created out of interest in the first place. We issue a bond, and then the Federal Reserve creates that, and then we owe that money plus interest on top of it for the money that was created. There is money owed for literally every dollar created. Kind of a big difference when it goes to that. That's why people like Bitcoin. I'm still leery about it, though. I would if I had hindsight, I would have when it first popped up, I would have put every single cent and I'd be
rich as
chilling.
fuck right now.
I would still be sitting right here, and I just it's pretty great, guys. This is a life, like
Working
world's
for
burning,
idiots.
and well, I would have I think there would be one of these rooms would be steel reinforced with and turned into a nice little armory. I think that's the only big difference in my life.
Is it be under the house?
Yeah, that's fine. I've already called and done. There's no wires and shit under. I'm free to dig under
I'm
there.
saying that's the way to go.
I have to redo a fence.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck are you building a bunker, dude? Like, that's fucked.
No, I have to dispute with the neighbors.
Apparently, Germany right now is fucking great. That's what I hear. I mean, maybe not like the political scene, but like just being there is fucking fun and good.
Yeah.
My dad told me when he went to Germany, he said it was great. It was a little awkward because he looks like a Jew and he's fucking around near the where the wall's torn down. But whatever.
I mean, because buddy in the
wall
Navy,
torn down, like the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Didn't do with the Holocaust. Anyway.
No, but just being around those places, I know it didn't. Being around those places when you look Jewish in fucking 1980 something.
Fair.
That's kind of fucked.
It's a little weird.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Especially because I'm sure you might still hear a whisper of, "Damn, shouldn't have. If only we didn't lose." It's like,
Nah, it was illegal over there at that time.
Oh yeah,
you know what else is illegal? Robbing people.
that's true. But they're fucking weird about it. Like now, like when my brother was talking to a German dude about what tattoo he was gonna get, because he used to when he went and traveled to New Zealand, he met all kinds of random people, and he was talking to this German guy. Straight from Germany, they're like staying in a hostel. Dude's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo. My brother's like, cool, what are you gonna get? They're like brainstorming. My brother's like, well, I'll get like a German flag or something. And he was like, I'm not trying to get fucking shot, bro. Like, that's how you get fucking killed because fucking nationalism over there is fucking insane. Like, you can't do it. You cannot do it, or people will fucking rob you and beat your ass in the street.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Because they're so afraid of what happened last time.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not like it doesn't make
fair.
sense. It's that it's gotta be like that, but it makes sense. They're just like, hey.
Like, just don't do it, Yeah. Like, we're Germany, and we're Germans, and that's fine, but that's fine. It's not Germany, fuck yeah, because then you get fucking Hitler Mark II, and then it's a problem.
Which is actually really funny, because I have somebody on my friends list who's kind of like that, who's kind of like Germany, fuck yeah.
Because like I said, dude, the next one's going to be in China. Hitler.
Yeah, they've successfully transitioned to like a good degree of national socialism with like a real good streak of colonialism. It's pretty amazing. They've already conquered more land than Nazi Germany ever did. It's kind of fascinating.
China?
And killed way more people.
Well, it's like the thing about World War II that people always seem to forget. They'll say, "Oh yeah, Hitler was the worst." It's like, do you know how many people Stalin killed?
Or like,
are you aware?
Mao Zedong?
Yeah, more.
Yeah, Mao
is like the fucking head honcho on people that
murder.
People that fucking
people
died
think
under
that
his
shit
reign.
stopped. Like, what's
how the war's over? We did it.
What's
We ended
500
racism.
million when you got 7 billion?
The weird thing is I remember when I was a kid learning about World War II. I think I've told you about this. I remember the part where they were talking in the history books I was reading about Stalin, and they were bringing up. I was like, oh, Stalin, he helped with the aiding in the victory of World War II and all that. and they were portraying him as like this great guy. And I remember thinking to myself in my lessons, like I'm like under 12 years old, like I'm a small child at this point. And back then I was like, wait, I thought Stalin was bad. I thought he was like killing people.
Him, FDR, and much to my father's refusal to admit it, Churchill. They had a three-way like circle jerk bukkake thing going on together, and they assisted in the butt fucking of the world. And Nazis recognized the problem. They had the absolute wrong solution. And I mean, oh God, like, ugh, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that? The world's terrible.
What's
that?
This is why I advocate for us for good Americans to say like, all right, cool, we can give America back. We'll give it back to whoever the fuck wants it, and we go back and we take Germany back because we're now more German than the average German. Like after the Germans did their genocide, Churchill was like, yeah. Well, it kind of like happened simultaneously, and like 9 to 12 million died after the war. Like, and there was instituted policies of like raping of German women and shit. Like, it's pretty fucked, pretty absolutely fucked.
We
and
don't talk about that.
This is dark. But we can't learn, because to learn that both sides commit atrocities, you have to choose a side and be like, oh, you think those guys are bad? That means you like Hitler. I'm like,
It's true. It's so dumb though. That's what. It's like that's what we need a neutral AI for. Some sort of all-seeing AI. Just
if
to,
there was a
bring the
neutral
problem
all-seeing
to-
AI,
no,
they
no,
would
not
keep it
just- not
simple
even
and
that,
just
no, on
delete
top of
this
that.
rendition.
Just to chronicle history from a neutral point of view. There are no heroes. There are no villains.
This
There's
is
simply
what happened.
What happened?
Yeah.
The problem, though, is who brings the information
Yeah.
to said AI. You'd have to give it a fucking satellite and let
No,
it
that's the
watch.
thing. Is it's some sort of self, like it can solar
Eagle eye?
powered and fucking
Eagle eye?
Yeah, eagle eye. And it literally just. But the problem is, then someone gets a hold of it and then starts changing it.
Yes,
So it's
sir.
like, if it was a
People.
perfect system, the
People
fact that
are
it could
the
just chill
inherent flaw.
and just be unaccessible by anybody. Like the only way I could think is that the guy who makes it's like, here's the key to access the fucking thing, and then he just fucking.
But the problem with that,
You're talking
though,
about a god emperor again.
But all
No.
that's the thing, it's not built to do anything. The only thing it's built to do is observe and chronicle.
Yeah.
That
and
way,
then
there's
aliens
an
find it and they're like,
all-seeing
what
eye.
the fuck is going on?
I know, and
Dude,
then-
this
but-
shit is retarded.
No, but that'd actually be. Oh, dude, there would be the real thing they'd be looking for. Alien would show up and be like, yo, what is that? And we're like, that's what chronicles the true history. There's no bias. It's only what makes history. And the aliens would probably be like, yeah, that's ours now. We're like, but we need to, but
You
nah.
know, this is kind of cool because we've done this before in history too.
Then what? Neutral chroniclers of history?
Yeah, it's the concept of scholars and all your RPGs
Oh, yeah, sure.
and everything.
I suppose.
And that's modeled after history, and we had our Museum of Alexandria, and guess what happens? There always arises people that are like, nah, fuck that shit, and they
Imagine-
burn it and like, we write this shit now.
In Assassin's
And-
Creed, I think it's Odyssey. I want to say it's Odyssey. It's either Origins or Odyssey. You get to go there. It was Origins. You go to the Library of Alexandria. You go there, and you get to see it. And I'm pretty sure you see it burn, too. And I'm just like, what was lost there?
Oh, dude, probably so
Everything.
fucking
What
much, too.
What could have been there that could maybe have been like some of the most...
It's like the...
Fucking... Uh-oh. Oh, no.
He's got the light
There-
bulb.
They realized it a while ago that there was something underneath the Sphinx, underneath the paw of the Sphinx, and
That's in Origins, too. It's a star map that leads
to
some fancy precursor bullshit.
nice. Robert Schoch theorized it, and he eventually got a permit to go and do a testing and like confirm that there was a chamber. And so they finally actually went and dug it up in the dead of night, and then they woke up the next morning and it was just a platform. Like, nah, nothing there, nothing to see. We boarded it up.
Yo, what the fuck was in there, dog? There's some shit in there. What is it? The forbidden knowledge, dude.
I mean, God damn, that's. Ugh.
It's so sketchy, dude. Why is that allowed? Is this guy allowed? Why is he allowed to do that? That's fucking retarded.
All right. The new
Yeah.
mission.
No, like I was gonna bring it. You're talking about the library. That reminds me of the great library, the fucking Minecraft librry. That's fucking a bajillion books, and it's like you can download it anywhere, and it's supposed to be like open knowledge for countries that can't that are super censored.
It's a Minecraft server that
That's
you go
dope as
into that
fuck.
has in the Minecraft books are real books.
Yeah, and they've downloaded like fucking millions of books into this
That's so
library,
cool.
and it's
That's
so hard to
See.
fucking run, but
See.
anywhere can technically get it.
As dark as the world can get, as dark as it may seem for humanity,
There's always a light.
always that shit that like, fuck this shit. There's always those Edgar Friendlies,
Yeah,
yo.
the best part is that like the fucking people at Minecraft, whatever.
Mojang
Mojang.
or Microsoft.
Yeah, those people, they were actually like, this is fucking valuable to the world in a way that like, people
It's
can't
not even
understand.
measurable.
And so you know what they did is they monitor that server and the fucking content of it 24/7. Make sure nobody can fuck with it, nobody can do anything with it unless you have something valuable to add, and then you need like special permits to fucking like actually change it.
It's dope as fuck.
I know, like anywhere can get it. You can fucking get it on any computer as long as you have internet.
Oh, it's gonna get censored. They're gonna put Mein Kampf on there, and they're gonna and
Probably already
it's
is.
gonna get
I
fucking.
bet it is.
Well, that's all it's gonna take is the right person to bitch about it.
I don't know though. There's a lot of fucking regulations about that shit though.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope
hope-
they hold up. I hope our representatives that push those
Even
those
if
things,
they
those
don't,
regulations.
someone
have-
else will take it. Someone already has it.
Yeah.
Someone
True.
already has
It's
it.
public.
True. It's-
So many people probably.
That's
fucking have
the
it.
great thing about torrents and stuff is like that's the hard drives you disconnect.
The internet never
go away.
forgets.
Hell
Yeah, and
It's-
that's the
oh,
great part
it's
because
great.
the Library of Alexandria, that shit burned down. But if it was all digital, like that library
So
we
it'd
have
be
today,
somewhere.
I think
it's
that's
somewhere.
I think that's their biggest it's too free. Like it's there's so many different ways. Like they can lock something down, but there's ways around. The internet is.
If it's on the
Well,
internet, it's already
I
on somebody
preface
else's
that.
hard drive.
I preface that there is a way.
Destroy it.
Infrastructure.
Yeah. If they were to just rip the web off the infrastructure of the internet,
Yeah.
then it would turn into
Local.
everybody having their own virtual LANs around.
Well,
And it
see,
would
that's
be-
the beautiful thing is
it
you
would
can
be
still
so
do intranet
fucking
and shit.
weird.
You can still do intranet and have servers and build
I
your
know,
own
but it'd be-
servers and all this stuff and have that'd be great. That'd be decentralized
Hey,
internet. Do it. Take it down.
Here's my other question. Sorry, I just thought of something about the Neuralink. That shit. So they said the monkey controlled the phone.
Is there?
Can the phone control the monkey? That's my heart. Like
That's what I said.
I know that.
Hey,
but
hey,
you know,
check
my
this
point
shit
is
out.
like, dude, that's so fucked. Actually, if you can just let me just fucking download your fucking brain really quick. Hook up to that shit because hackers are going to do that. People are good at their
Right.
They don't
They
have a
address
normal
that.
9 to 5. They're there hacking to hack, and so they're going to figure it out. They're going to fucking bust into your goddamn head and just this guy's. I'm gonna rob a bank with you, motherfucker, and then they just fucking.
Or they just turn your
Kinda,
fucking up, or they
kinda.
kill you.
So
Yeah.
the brain is a little more complicated than that. If they would have to have a lot more nodes going in. All that it's
Sure.
all that it right but this is a 1980s briefcase cell phone. Where's this going to be given our
rapid progression.
trajectory?
Especially if we use this to
Where's
progress
it going to
faster.
be 5 years?
That's the
It's
main
like
thing.
you're
yes.
using
Once
it
we
like
switch on,
It's gonna be fucking exponential because when you turn that shit on, everyone's gonna know shit
So
so
we have-
fucking fast.
I'm at research level 5, right? And this gives me a bonus of times 5 research speed. So instead of being a 5 research speed, I'm now
It's
at
like-
25 research
It's like
speed.
being in Morrowind and you craft yourself a fucking potion that makes you get more intelligence to craft a better fucking potion, and then
and then
you
you do it over and over again until you stack it and you break the game,
And then
and then
you
you
got-
make a potion of strength that lasts indefinitely that gives you 5 million strength. So you walk over and you walk over to the final boss and go flick and he explodes into 500.
Or
pieces.
if you want to ruin somebody's file, you up your intelligence to 1,000,000,000, and then you make one potion of paralysis that lasts 78 million in-game hours. Have them drink it and then save.
this
That's
god.
so fucking.
That's a fucking tragic move.
Oh, actually, no, it's
so
not.
good. I love it.
Because at that point, then you just go console command, and then you can just unconsole.
Yeah, sure.
But if someone doesn't know how to do
I
that,
wouldn't
you're
know to
basically
do
just
that.
like, hey,
I wouldn't. I'd be
suck my ass.
well.
I
Time to
guess my
start a
guy's
new
gonna
game.
stand here forever.
Yeah, so, like delete and start over.
Dude, wait, if you can make that, you realize because you can poison weapons and you just walk up to anybody and go. Chink, chink,
Yeah. Dude, that game was kind of fucking ingenuitive. I'll tell you what.
It was one of the first like big. The way that it worked and the amount of stuff you could do in it was like it was big. I remember I had the Game of the Year edition. It was one of the first games I got on my OG Xbox with that nice gold case, dude.
Oh,
that shit was
same,
lit.
dude. It was so fucking
I have fond memories. I
It's so garbage though. That
Purposely-
game fucking blows.
Morrowind.
Yeah, no, I mean
That's-
like
Skyrim is
specifically
is my baby. That's
What is?
Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean,
mean
it's
just
so fun, dude.
I mean that's I just have
Oblivion will
good
always
memories
be my
of
favorite,
that.
but well, I don't want to say that.
Never
I don't like
played
saying
Oblivion.
Oblivion will always be my favorite, but at the current moment, Oblivion is my favorite for a lot of reasons. Partially because Cyrodiil is way cooler than Skyrim.
I gotta set my sleep schedule for 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. I gotta just play Skyrim underway on a boat and then go to bed. So good. Good life when you get to set your own schedule.
Yeah,
I bet.
Skyrim.
You just
You're
always
just
have
underway.
a fucking handgun on the table.
No, we went shooting the other day.
Okay, I was like, is that just a-
yeah, no,
I mean,
not
from what I
entirely
hear, I
normal.
wouldn't put it past you,
They-
but you know what?
No, it's they've been too regular, but we've been going shooting more.
Damn, dude. Neuralink. Wait, so when is that supposed to drop?
He said 2020 last year. August
been
28th
slowed.
is an update to see where we're at, but he said 2020, but I don't know. I bet it gets delayed because, fucking with the human brain.
He's gonna release it when
it's,
Cyberpunk 2077 comes out.
Dude, I'm gonna play that shit from my fucking chair and just like fucking run it through.
Oh, can you imagine RPGs?
Wait, video games are gonna be fucking crazy.
Next level.
This is
Oh
where
God,
VR's heading.
they're gonna have to do something different because, they're gonna have to change the meta of metas.
Wait.
Because everyone's gonna have the best loadout, best setup.
I
Because
know
you have
this.
that information. Why wouldn't you use that information to be the best? It,
League.
oh,
It'll be the same.
You can't
it
play.
would be dead.
It's like chess being a solved game.
Eh.
As soon as
Whoops.
everyone's fucking genius, all of a sudden you've got 200 fakers. And you've
Here's
got
see,
fucking-
here's
And
here's
it's
where
like
it lies. is
instantaneous
in
reflect-
an
like-
RPG.
The only hold on.
RPGs.
The only
Oh,
what
the
this
fuck,
could be.
dude?
It could still there could still be differences.
This is real life, by the way. This isn't like fantasy, like after we're dead theorizing. This is this year. There's an update.
Because look at it this way: if you're getting this, everybody gets the same upgrade. That upgrades your abilities by so much, but you still have your base ability to do certain things. So some people will be behind or ahead in certain things. Maybe that's theoretical, obviously.
Here's my thing though. How do they change like games to the point where like, because let's just say because we can process information at such an increased rate, we'll be able to react at an increased rate, right? Regardless
Oh
of
my
how fast
God.
your muscles move, you'll be able to fucking know,
Like
right?
it's even better
they're-
than
they're
your
gonna look at
eye
your
movement.
minimap ever
Imagine
again,
just
dude.
first-person
Even better than
shooters.
your
You're just
eye
gonna be
movement.
like, just fucking see something, instantly fucking shoot.
Like it's even
gonna
better
be
because it's
aimbotting.
not even linked to your eye movement. It's to your brain. You can be over here and see a character and still kill him, because it's not through your eyes. You're controlling your character with your brain. It's more than just it's
Dude,
it's
playing-
another dimension.
Playing an MMO, like when you play like Final Fantasy and I'm doing healing and shit, and I have to not stand in the orange juice, stay out of the fucking boss abilities while healing the correct people. I don't get to look at the abilities going off. I don't get to see all the cool effects because I'm busy looking at all my health bars and shit. I don't have to do that anymore. And so I just sit there, heal this person, this person, this person, this person, move left, up,
You
up,
just
down.
turn into
this,
Shiro.
Yeah. Not
I
even
don't
that.
know.
I don't even have to do this.
I feel like it's a lot of. I feel like it'd be a lot harder first person to have to get out of like a boss spawned lava pit while throwing out a hot on someone that's like getting ready to tuck behind a boulder or
Yeah, but the
some
thing
shit.
is, I've already
Like-
processed 40 different videos of the boss going, and I already know the fucking
Yeah, we
everything.
are operating on an extreme heightened sense, actually. Yeah, never
I
mind.
already know
Completely
every
disregard
single
that.
one. I know
Completely
the
disregard
order
that.
of the
That's
abilities.
stupid human thought.
I know what they're going to do. I know where their cues are. I can tell
Everything's
as soon
different.
As it starts, it's this. Stand here. These coordinates every time.
Now,
Man, god damn it! Because even that would get min maxed and just be
here's
stale.
the problem though. I'm wondering. Okay, so like we essentially all just got the cheat codes to every game, right? Every game now is fucking child's play. Nothing is challenging, right? But the problem with that is the people making games also have the ability to just be
That's
God
true.
mode. So
That's
how do they
true.
not just improve
Everybody
the
does.
fucking challenging or the challenge rating of games to the point where like, you know what I'm saying, like,
Wow.
like,
It'll,
like,
like,
you
it'll
know what I'm
wait.
saying? Nidalee
That's the
Spear,
thing.
It moves fucking 3 times as fast now because you can react 3 times faster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like skill shot, like to hit it, it moves this fast and it's hard to hit maybe, but they just fucking speed that shit
Yeah,
up.
everyone is actually
Oh,
gunslinger
So
able
instead
to
of
fucking
it
hit
being
that shit. You
about
don't
more
need
about
to.
the macro, it literally comes down to making the micro play so hard that it turns into having to be about how fast you actually
How fast
can react.
you can tune up and get. Oh my god.
They're
Yeah,
But-
Holy shit! Imagine watching League at 5 times speed.
and just everyone actually.
They would have to
playing at
change
that
the
speed,
game.
dude.
There will
They would
be
have to
ga-
change the game.
there will be games
I
that
think
have,
League.
like,
there would
on-
be games that would have to die.
There will be games on Steam that have like a little notice that say this game requires Neuralink.
Oh my god, bro! You know how the VR headset
Or
shit?
highly recommends
Dude.
Neuralink. You
Yeah,
imagine playing
yeah.
some of those games with Neuralink people while you're not? It'd be like
Pornhub videos
it would
are
be
gonna
like
say this video requires Neuralink, and you're just gonna have the mega nut, dude. Oh my god.
that's
Dude,
dangerous.
sex isn't even gonna be a thing anymore because people are gonna be nutting so hard.
It's already
and shit they
that
don't
way.
even want.
It's already that way.
Already that way.
Worse, bro. The
Demolition
human
Man.
race is gonna go extinct 'cause they don't wanna
Demolition
fuck
Man.
anymore.
What is this dude?
Well, see that could be kind of definitely down to an individual.
That's
Just
true.
People always gonna be fucking.
No, yeah. Let's look at this side. It's like
Sorry. Yes.
busting your nut is one thing. Being physically intimate with somebody else is an emotional response.
People need human interaction.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what if you can fucking download emotional fucking like then you're fucking
I mean-
doing electronic drugs in your brain
Total
and it's
Recall,
totally
man.
fine. Like
Oh, you mean like in Watch Dogs where they have the weird auditory drug thing where you put in your headphones and it fucking it basically almost
Oh,
like
it's-
puts you into like
It's called LSD.
I mean yeah, but this is literally just boom, you're done.
Sorry, you have to wait 30 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah.
How wow, I also just download this off the internet.
I download my LSD.
Would you download an LSD?
There are people that do breathing exercises to DMT trip, and do so pretty effectively. That's kind of just a little,
this is
just a little fun
fucked.
song.
There's so many like potentials with this technology that it just
Yeah, it sounds like it might ruin my favorite pastime.
My God. So if
or
you
it's gonna
think about
improve it
that,
tenfold.
Maybe.
you suddenly are able to like learn everything you want to learn about your brain and how
Yo, I could
it
learn
can
to speak any
interact.
language instantly.
You instantly do.
Hey,
we
bro,
already Google
that's
Translate.
fucking
We
crazy,
already
actually.
have.
Instant
Yeah.
translation.
Yeah. It'll in no time will be to a universal language.
Everybody would speak. Imagine the entire world can always communicate.
Here's the here.
What the
Check this
fuck?
shit out. Check this shit out. You don't need to talk anymore.
That'd be whack.
Hey, dude, fuck you. Because then people just walk up and just. How weird is that? There's no podcast, bro. It's
Dude,
just like download.
I'm
the
talking
sound
with
waves.
some Chinese dude that's calling me a racist white man.
And I'm in my mind
Right
going,
now,
"Ching
while I'm
chong,
talking to you."
bing bong."
Oh man.
Well,
that's so weird.
using my
Here's
mind to
the-
Photoshop pictures.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the thing, though. Do people not become insanely woke on each other's fucking lives? Because pretty soon because look at this. Look at this. Somebody says, "Oh, I have this perspective," and you're like, "Cool. Let me fucking get a PDF." Boop, or whatever the fuck the file's gonna be called. Call it if it's even a file, a brainwave, and you just fucking immediately like see their perspective in a way that you couldn't previously just from human communication.
Oh, like you could transfer an emotional response to somebody so they could understand.
That's almost fucking like I would say illegal, bro. Like you can't just fucking.
no, but maybe
'cause then
you
you're
still-
really.
Oh,
fucking,
there would have to be
a permission.
a verbal, a mental handshake, so to
sure,
speak.
but you know what I'm saying though,
What
like
if you could,
'cause
though?
then.
But that's hackable then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if you can just fucking like send people fucking like information to perceive in a way that they couldn't before.
Here's the thing.
All of a sudden, argument isn't even a thing. Like debate, like that's not fucking real. There's just like people who understand what what others are saying, and then it's just like the decision, and that's just it. It's just so weird, dude. That's so fucked.
Is all the but it all comes down to choice. You're not instantly flooded with everything. You still have to actively seek out things, like unless it's on your brain, then that's an even bigger problem, because then it's not you connecting to a thing, it's a thing connecting to you.
And it turns into the Geth.
Yeah.
Or the
Shit.
Borg or whatever you want to.
Yeah,
Whichever
yeah.
cybernetic hive mind you'd like to attribute to this.
fuck, dude. That's. We're thinking of ways that this can be used to like improve our lives to a way beyond comprehension. But I really.
It can also be used to
I
probably
really think
ruin.
it's gonna just fuck everyone. To be real.
No,
with
I
you.
mean, if at the ground level, how you saw Elon Musk talk about it on Joe Rogan's podcast, like it's solving the bandwidth problem that we have. Like we already have all of this knowledge, and look how fucking the world is more crazy than because we have all this. Same thing happened when we started pushing out newspapers en masse just prior to the Civil War, and it led to a lot of violence as well. Great awakenings. Some people wake up,
the ones
but
that
a lot
don't
of people
get kinda
don't.
fucked on.
A lot of people that don't bury their heads in the ground, man, and go hard the other way, as we're seeing play out in live action.
So, I
So-
guess my question to you is, are you gonna get this shit
Yeah.
like right away? Okay, and
I don't
if
know
not-
yet. I don't know yet right away, but I don't want to get left behind, yo.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to be like sitting here having what I think are profound ideas and shit, and then be like, caveman. Like, fuck.
Like, yeah, but the thing is like,
Because with that comes innovation, because then you ultimately you starve out with the way the world goes. You don't got.
sure.
You'll be relegated
yeah,
to
you're gonna
an
get it.
epsilon, so to speak.
Yeah, I know. Oh god, dude, fucking Brave New World, Jesus Christ.
Man.
Shit's so freaky. We're too I'm like, even base humans are too smart for Epsilon. Because the way Epsilons are, they're kept at this like medium fucking intelligence.
Have you met the general public?
No. I'm talking about like they're literally paid in drugs, and they labor all day just for drugs, right?
Yeah.
Now, look, you're thinking about this too hard. I'm telling you right now, people are too smart for that because they won't accept it.
Bro, people are doing that right now, but just with the extra step of money in between.
But it's not quite the same. They literally have no fucking time for their own shit. They literally do drugs until it's time to work. And that's what it is.
Yeah, you're describing Somalia.
Yeah, Somalia, sure. No, but I'm saying there's far too many people that aren't.
It's
about
literally,
that.
it's like
True.
the government of Somalia is do drugs until a
And
boat
that's
comes
the-
in that you can
It's
rob.
like in the world, it's a huge portion of the population is Epsilons
Yeah.
that are paid in
Yeah, it's
drugs.
the masses.
Yeah.
It's
Easy-
the masses.
easy workforce.
The workers.
They're too dumb to not to understand their situation, right? It's on more of a level than you keep looking at me, but it's more than
That's because
that.
that's the romanticized
It's-
version of what we already have.
I think no, because
It's
they're
not very
literally
romanticized anymore.
like
Because how they do
mentally
it,
disabled.
how they do it is they start off like they need a certain mass.
Have you
like,
met half the people we work
You're
with?
Yes.
describing like
No,
half of
they're
the
just
population.
unintelligent. They're not mentally disabled. They're literally like incapable
No,
of
dude.
doing so many
No,
things.
dude. Not true, dude. There's a huge swath of the population that is just like
Maybe damaged,
the average,
but not
that-
mentally
no,
disabled.
there-
I'm telling you, man.
whether it was done to them or they just are is irrelevant. But
Epsilons
They're-
barely speak though. They barely communicate. You guys are just taking this as a joke now. It's not even at that point.
dude,
I had somebody go through the drive up today.
Keep in
and
mind-
they
hey,
just
hey,
stared
this-
at me for a second. They're like,
this- just keep in mind, like it's they're lab. It's this is an average podcast. Like this is
No, I listened to 'em. I listened to 'em.
this like
I think I
the
listened to
Muslim
2 of them.
horde been invading for for a long time, and it's I mean, you know,
Oh shit, dude.
a lot of people just
wait.
just have
Was
an
that
average
customer
IQ.
Tremendously old though.
Okay, here,
no, they were my age.
okay, here.
Dude, I have people come in and like, can I cash this check? I don't have enough money. And then they just stare at me like, so you can't cash it? It's like,
No.
no!
Google me the average IQ of the planet.
Well, hold on now. I think IQ is a little outdated.
It's the only scale. Yeah, but it's the only scale we have.
Oh, also, do you know Jews on average have a 5-point higher IQ
Eh.
than other races?
Eh.
Because the ones that survived are the ones that were smart enough.
Also, how it's measured.
I mean, sure, yeah.
All how tests are measured, man.
Okay, so apparently the average score of an IQ test is 100. Okay, that's the average person is 100.
Average person's 100. Okay.
According to this, the United States average is 98.
Nice.
That sucks.
What is
Sucks.
mental retardation?
I believe that's measured at 75.
Oh, I thought it was 70.
Look up the average IQ of Somalia.
Oh, God. Yeah. If you have an IQ of 160 or up,
Countries
You are-
by IQ.
I'm glad this is on your phone. My FBI agent's tired.
Does anybody know where Somalia actually is? Wait, hold on. Wait, this is...
The right
Hold
side
on,
of Africa.
Hold on. This is literally IQ from the top.
if you have an IQ of 160, you got genius. That's what genius is.
It's also where you get a lot of cruelty at the top and the bottom.
Last time I checked, intelligence doesn't equal cruel Zach. The guy on YouTube told me when he said Rick and Morty shit.
I don't know. I think you get a lot of cruelty when you're at the top because you don't have patience. I think that's...
Do you think patience comes, or a lack of patience comes with intelligence?
It wouldn't. No, here's the thing. It wouldn't if there wasn't a lack of intelligence so vastly everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like, these vastly intelligent people have to deal with ignorance constantly, and that is draining. That is draining emotionally, physically, in every way.
You're saying that it can. In the current
Yeah,
circumstance, yes.
sure. So if you're around people that are just as intelligent as you, I think you're going to be a happy son of a gun, right? Because you can have engaging conversations with people of your peers, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But because there's such a vast, disproportionate number of people that are highly unintelligent, you become bitter because being smarter than everyone else isn't good, I don't think. It's good, but it's not good for your fucking psyche.
When that person called me the other day and told me to go fuck myself because I wasn't useful because I didn't know because he left his wallet at the different store and he said I can't help him get a hold of that store and he said that I'm not helpful. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Because you can't keep track of a small object, you fucking autistic piece of shit.
I'm gonna predict that a lot of the high IQs
we have
are
a top
in like
two-
the
top two are the
Mesopotamia area.
exact same IQ of 108. Would you like to guess the two countries?
China,
Wrong. Well,
Really?
sort of.
Taiwan, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is one of them. Would someone like to guess the other
Japan?
one? No.
Ooh, I
they're
would've guessed
actually
that. I would've guessed that.
fourth on the list.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Let's see. You said
No, they're
Hong
number
Kong.
3.
Oh wow.
Fuck.
Damn.
You
It's
said
a really progressive, forward country, not politically, but environmentally.
Wait, I don't know.
We've
much
talked about this country before.
I don't know much
because
about
it has
Norway,
something-
Scandinavia.
No. Singapore. So Singapore and Hong Kong are sitting at 108. South Korea 106.
Man, of course, free
Japan
free
105,
free
China
Asians.
105. So China now number 1.
China's
Um,
5, wow.
Taiwan at 104.
Okay.
Italy at 102.
Nice.
Iceland at 101.
yeah.
Mongolia 101.
Hell yeah.
Switzerland 101.
This is cool. This is cool. I'm learning about like early human races, like Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons and sub-Saharan Africa, like and how it led to the actual like populating of the earth. And this is hilarious to think about because this is following a kind of
Trend.
a general path, because what I assumed is that most would be around the Mesopotamia area would be the generally more intelligent people. You get your Turks, Ashkenazis, Khazars, and all that good stuff
So we have
that are
5
highly intelligent.
5 countries all sitting at 100. So the average would be Luxembourg, Norway, Austria, Netherlands, and United Kingdom.
Oh wow. Okay.
Coming in at the 99s, we have Estonia, Finland, Sweden, Belgium, Canada, Poland, and Germany. 98s, we have Andorra,
Mixed.
Latvia, New Zealand, Denmark, Hungary, the Czech Republic, Australia, Spain, France, and the U.S.
So this is the bulk of the world. This is the average is around 100 IQ.
Yeah.
97s, Malta, Belarus, never even heard of that place.
Belarus.
Ukraine, Russia, and then 96s, we have Slovenia, Uruguay, Moldova, Slovakia, and then 95, Israel and Portugal. 94, Georgia,
That's funny. That's-
Kazakhstan, Romania, Vietnam.
Kazakhstan's like a
Then
giant chessboard of
93,
reality.
we got Bulgaria and Argentina, Ireland and Greece and Malaysia at 92. 91, we have Brunei.
These are below
Cyprus,
average intelligence
Lithuania,
for the
Sierra
world,
Leone,
by the way.
Cambodia, Thailand. 90s, Albania, Bosnia, and Herzegovina. What? Fuck that.
That's the first one I don't know.
Herzegovina? Bosnia and Herzegovina
wait,
is
wait.
one country.
Bosnia and
Herzegovina.
Herzegovina. What the fuck?
Never even heard of it. And then Croatia, Kyrgyzstan, Chile, Turkey. Then we have 89. We have Suriname.
Suriname. I'm pronouncing like this is how you pronounce it like an
You guys
American.
are almost mentally retarded.
Mauritius.
It's like this is. I'm just like I could
Mauritius
be
is that
completely
low?
wrong. It's just how I
Well,
pronounce
the
them.
population
Like
of
I'm
Mauritius
right.
is like
I have no
40
idea.
people.
I could be
So that's
completely
weird.
wrong. Suriname.
No
I don't know.
Really?
Like right.
1.2 million.
What's that?
Costa Rica, Laos,
Laos, yeah.
and Serbia. 89. So 88 are Samoa, Ecuador, and Mexico. 87 we have Nauru, Guyana, Turkmenistan.
All right,
Tajikistan,
we're about halfway.
Azerbaijan.
Nice.
Azerbaijan.
We're about halfway.
Masturbation?
Nice. We're about halfway between the below average or the average intelligence and mental retardation level right now.
Bolivia,
Just as they-
Uzbekistan, Iraq, Myanmar, Brazil, Indonesia. 86 we have Seychelles,
Another one I
Tonga,
don't know.
Kuwait, and the Philippines. 85 we have Kiribati, Fiji, Trinidad and Tobago, Eritrea, Cuba, Yemen, and Peru. I haven't even heard of half of these fucking countries.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
I've done a
84,
lot of world history.
The Marshall
so this is a
Islands, Micronesia. That
Nice.
sounds like a fucking
Wait, what's
disease.
that IQ? What's that IQ? I lived there for
84.
2 years.
Wait, where were you?
84. Guam.
Bahamas, Vanuatu, Belize, Solomon Islands, Panama, Paraguay, United Arab Emirates,
Oh, that's fucking...
Really?
Yeah.
Jordan,
Like Dubai.
Really
Venezuela,
low IQ.
Saudi
Really?
Arabia, Morocco, Afghanistan, Uganda, Colombia,
That's shocking to me.
Iran, Nigeria, Pakistan. 83s, you have Bahrain, Oman, Libya, Papua New
Fuck
Guinea,
Bahrain. And again,
Tunisia,
surprising.
Syria, and Algeria. I feel like I'm Yakko and the fucking Animaniac.
United States, Mexico, Panama.
That's what I feel like I'm doing right now.
Oh man.
82s, we have Lebanon, Dominican Republic, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, and Bangladesh, and India. India's
That's
82?
why Mia
Yeah.
Khalifa's a fucking retard.
Again, like yes. So you think of Indian as very intelligent people because a lot of them are,
And there's also a lot of
but
them that shit the
they
street.
nailed the Brave New World caste system. They
81, we
fucking
have
nailed it.
Maldives,
And our intelligent, their
Maldives,
intelligence.
Nicaragua. I was at Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Nargacuga. Honduras, Egypt. 80s, we have Barbados, Bhutan, El Salvador, Kenya. In 79, we have Guatemala, Zambia, Sri Lanka, Qatar. Oh, wait, no, Qatar, Nepal, and Dr. Congo.
Wait, did you say?
This is Dr. Congo! One guy! Okay.
I like it. I like it better.
We haven't hit Somalia yet.
Wait, I thought you'd said it.
I don't
Damn.
think we've hit Somalia
No,
yet.
I haven't had it.
What you said.
77, Comoros.
Wait,
South-
hang on.
Whoa,
Was
whoa.
it 75 or 70?
75, I think, is what...
South
fucking literally
Africa,
retarded.
Cape Verde, and Mauritania, 76. Republic of the Congo.
Mauritania is an
Senegal.
awesome place, by the way. It's
We're
cool.
at 74.
Eye of the
There's
Sahara.
no 75. It just drops to 74.
So below, we are now mentally retarded.
And the first country sounded Namibia.
I like it.
Here's the thing, though, is that the way IQ is measured is in a very,
Yeah.
like, Western
Yeah, sure.
civilization knowledge.
Sure. Go look at those countries and see me.
Not Namibia,
I don't
Mali.
think that you're gonna get much.
There's only one at
Good.
73, and that's Ghana.
Mauritania
One
we
at
can't
72,
go to.
Tanzania. 71, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That sounds like a band. Jamaica.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Central
I like it.
African
I like it.
Republic and Sudan. 70, we have Antigua and Barbuda, Botswana, Togo, Benin, and Rwanda. RW, that's not a thing. Learn to spell. Fuck. Rwanda, I guess.
Rwanda. It's Rwanda.
Doesn't
They're
matter.
like, there's a big old
Retard
movie, Don
country
Cheadle,
alert.
Hotel Rwanda. I'm the racist.
Retard country alert.
69s. Nice.
To be fair, they
Nice.
did get wrecked by hurricanes and the Clintons pretty fucking hard.
So we're at 69. We're at the nice number.
Hurricanes and the Clintons in the same category of
Look
things
it
that
up.
are wrecking a nation, dude.
Look it
That's
up.
fucking awesome.
Look it up.
So at 69s, we have Burundi, Malawi, Niger, Ivory Coast, and Ethiopia.
Oh, God.
At 68,
Aw,
we
poor
have
Ethiopia. They were
Djibouti
such a good
stars.
nation.
Djibouti.
Djibouti.
Djibouti. That fucking country is Djibouti.
Y'all motherfuckers need to play Pandemic.
Swaziland. Somalia 68. There it is. There
What's
it
the
is.
lowest?
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's find out. So
We're almost there.
So
We're almost there.
what can be
Chad
like?
is at 68. There's a place called Chad.
Yeah.
Chad.
It looks.
It's not very Chad, actually.
It looks like Chad. It looks like the Chad head. It does. Look it up. It looks like the Chad head. It's they done with intent.
Oh my god! Oh shit!
Hold on. Burkina.
Dude, what?
Burkina Faso. These don't even sound like
Dude, these people are fucking. It's just fucking gibberish at this point.
It's apparently gibberish to them too, and it makes all the sense in the world. This was 68. Like even if you give a
Angola.
good margin of error,
We're
we
in
still
this
got a big problem.
67,
Average,
Saint
like,
Kitts and Nevis,
bell curve.
Dominica, Sao Tome and Principe, Guinea-Bissau, Lesotho, Liberia, and Haiti and Guinea.
Oh, poor Liberia.
66,
Liberia's a
we
cool
have
place.
Gambia.
It was a cool
Sounds
place.
like a type of magic system.
Gambia?
Yeah, you have the power of the Gambia. We skip 65, straight to 64 at Gabon. Gay boy! Cameroon and Mozambique!
Wow.
Mozambique here.
Mozambique.
62 at St. Lucia. And sitting at the bottom with 1.4 million people and a solid 59 is Equatorial Guinea. Holy shit, that was hilarious. Holy shit.
I think we learned a lot.
Djibouti.
Somalia,
I think we.
sitting at a strong 68.
I've been
Holy
hitting
shit.
I've been hitting hard on Somalia because people are pushing in Congress to be more like that, which
They
is
want us to be more like retard central, dude.
well, it's more free
They
to
don't
be
know any
corrupted
better.
by
It's
oligarchs.
probably not even
Chestnuts
actually.
now.
Holy shit, that was hilarious.
Rough.
Fuck, man.
Whew.
So
Had me a giggle.
the only thing we garnered from that is most of the world is
retarded.
fucking dumb.
Literally retarded. That's crazy. 'Cause think about it. How few outliers you have in places like Somalia. There's gonna be almost nobody with an IQ.
No, they
over-
kill everybody.
Yeah.
Or if they are smart, they're very manipulative people and they put them in positions of power.
Yeah, and then you got fucking 5 people, and that's all.
Must be how it is in Djibouti.
It's an all like Somalia is an oligarch state. It's what comes after anarchy. In I think every regard. I never got into Badlands, but they touched on the right idea of it.
Now, here's the problem, though, right? This Neuralink. I'm back to it. I'm back to it. This shit's fucking.
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean, it is
It's-
relevant.
okay,
Like, it is
so yeah,
important
no,
to include that. It
Here's
is
the
important.
thing. So, like, IQ, and maybe it's outdated the way it's measured. Maybe it's not. Maybe it totally is. Who am I fucking?
Yeah,
But
it
anyways,
is. It is
so,
completely
when everyone in America just
flawed
fucking
from its inception.
turns that shit on, do we get fucking plus 20 to our IQ points, right? And then here's the thing. Maybe we don't get like plus 20 or whatever. Maybe it's not a flat rate. Maybe it's something different. But that immediately puts us so far ahead of the game compared to every other
A
country.
lot of people, and I think a lot of people would go crazy.
What do you mean?
Probably.
Like just from being
I think a lot of
intelligent?
people can't handle the overload of information that is now at their hands. They have
But
infinity.
okay, but here's the thing though. It's not like you're staring into the warp. It's not like something that's so incomprehensible. It's something you can access with your
Yeah,
mind,
but
right?
now I can just sit here and I can be just
Think about
on
think
how
about some of the
brain
retard
functions
customers
work,
that we
how
get.
AI. Again, we get
You
to
give
cycle
them-
this. Once this flips
You
on,
give them the
we're
basic information
we're
that is
moving.
required for them to pay for their order. They can barely put their phone number into a fucking pin pad, dude.
Yeah, I suppose.
So if they give it a fucking information, they're just gonna be
they're
like,
gonna look up. They're gonna turn into
People who
fucking
don't know
Q
how to
people
take
on
information?
steroids.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
They're gonna turn into crazy Q people. There's a lot of information on the internet, and there's a lot of misinformation.
But-
A lot of
and you could sort through it faster.
with intent.
Now, see, the thing is,
Misinformation.
was IQ originally designed? The idea was intelligence.
What you're
query,
taught is
right?
important.
or something like that. The whole
can
point
have
is that not
everything,
about
but-
what you know, but it's about how well you can understand things. That's the point of IQ originally, right? It's not
No,
about.
I mean yes, but no.
that's
Like
what
yes,
it
that
should
was
be.
that was like what the that's what they wanted it to be, but in practice they never got there. Like IQ has always been skewed by the testers, and it always is. It's kind of inherent, and because intelligence isn't how we think, like smart one way. Like there's vast different kinds of intelligence throughout the world that are not
Mathematically,
like,
mechanically,
here's the thing.
Yeah,
emotionally.
I'm a
My
great
parents are an
mechanic.
excellent
Suck at
example of
physics.
this. Like, my dad can fucking rip apart a car and put it all back together immediately, right? He can fucking bow hunt. He can fucking make a raft. He can do all that shit, and that's intelligent. But if you put him in a fucking desk and tell him to take a multiple choice test, he will have a very hard time. Now, my
There's-
mom, it's the opposite. She doesn't know jack shit about being out in the wilderness, right? But she can take an IQ test and score 165, right? So she can be a doctor, she can be a physician, she can renew her boards and study like a fucking god and get perfect scores on tests, get straight A's all through college and be insane at that shit. But if you put her in front of a car, she won't know how to fucking change the oil. So, like, different types of intelligence.
Holy shit! Wait, hold on. That day, how'd you put my foot, dude?
I know where this goes.
The
I know where this
specialization of a lot of
conversation
jobs
leads.
is gonna be useless.
Oh my god, dude,
Yeah.
mechanics? Imagine
Fuck
if you're
you.
like, hold on,
What?
let me play a fucking video of what you're doing in my head right now while I'm fucking doing it.
I have the entire manual at my fucking right here. I know how this whole thing's put together.
Yeah.
I don't need you anymore.
And
Most
since
most
I'm
most
not-
home mechanics use YouTube. It's the same.
Yeah.
Since
Same
I'm not
thing,
absorbing
man.
information through my eyes and it's being directly fucking put in my brain,
Easy
it's
peasy.
so much faster.
That'll even
Oh, dude,
that might
fuck
even
that
give
shit.
you
That's
like
so weird.
That could even give
It,
you.
so I read like a 30,000 page essay of this chick or dude, I don't know, that got to go and interview Elon Musk and the board for the Neuralink, and they talked like extensively about lots of this stuff. They went into how our brain evolved and what this means, and this is in reality is our fourth part of our brain, our fourth major part of our brain. Like we have our medulla limbic system that like kind of, we have our lizard, monkey, and human brain, our more evolved ape brain that lets us get out of the Stone Age, so to speak. Communication being key to that one is what launched us into there. This being the fourth one that gets to put communication on a
much higher.
completely global scale.
World level magic right
It's
That is no. That's the.
he refers to it as the magic hat because
That is what would be considered
You're
in
changing
Log
it's
the
Horizon.
rules,
ineffable.
dude.
Yeah,
in Log Horizon,
completely and utterly.
that
It's a
is
game changer.
World level magic because
Oh.
that affects the entire
It's a
world.
complete game changer.
That is what that is.
Elon Musk's just a sorcerer, dude.
Elon Musk, he just has the legendary materials and the
He
right.
needs to flip this shit quick
He has-
before we
He's
ooga
got the
booga ourselves
scribes
back
and
to the
fucking
Stone Age.
Mechanics level 90 in
'Cause
the fucking world level.
think
and
about
he has
this.
the right materials.
The faster we get this, the faster we can figure out how to actually get to Mars and get off this rock before we ooga booga ourselves back to the Stone Age.
My only problem though is that, like, yes, maybe we get it and it improves our lives and whatnot, but when does the fucking government just say, well, we have a lot more money and power than everyone, so we're gonna be in charge of all this shit?
Advertising.
Not even that. Just I'm saying, like, dude, oh my god, imagine fucking pop-up ads in your goddamn brain.
Won't matter.
Imagine where you're just
Yeah.
like, you're like, oh yeah, I could probably go for a chocolate milkshake right now, and then fucking just like pictures and shit in your fucking brain.
The thing is, hold on, this is what we have us for.
Fucking
This is
lawnmower
ad-
man.
ad
This
block.
is lawnmower man.
I need to download ad block for my fucking brain. Excuse
Yeah, but
me.
here's the you can do that instantly. Like I don't
Sure.
want to see this shit from these people because we are
No.
it's hard to
first-
think about it
How
because
do you know
it's
you're the operator is the problem, though.
Oh, that's the first
How do we
thing
know
you
we
should
are
do
now?
the second you get it. First thing you do the second you get it is you figure out a way to isolate it from everybody else that you don't when
Okay.
you want. Like, use the fucking ability to do that.
would it work like it's linked to this to your brain. Can you do a hard line into a device and then like Faraday cage your head?
Wait.
You mean kind of like how the Matrix is hardwired, how they have the jack in the back of their head? Effectively, I don't see why not.
Like,
From a technological standpoint, from somebody who understands technology,
it's
I
a
don't
degree
see why
of
not.
separation.
My only.
Then you get to somebody who's
And-
fucking so fucking plugged in that they have like
It's
someone
one.
There's like servers attached to have like the
Well,
whole
I mean,
room.
well, I mean, because it takes it from anything can source in to it has to get to one source.
Dude, it'd probably be some dude like Mr. Big in Fallout New Vegas, dude. He gets to the point that he's just hooked up. Might be getting taken care of by
you know
like
what's terrible
somebody
about
else.
this?
Like imagine you just IV lined and you're just like kind of like comatose
Your
there.
muscles are gonna
Like,
atrophy and shit like
That's
that.
what, yeah. And you're just gonna sit there and you're just gonna fucking be like doing
Bruh,
that. There's some dude.
nah. Check this shit out. Become complete one with your body with this on, and
Work your muscles.
You
Like just
we will.
just
flex
incessantly
constantly.
twitch.
I mean, I like. I'm
make electrical pulse
finally back on a schedule
workouts.
and working out again. Nothing beats it, and you can enable that fucking pump and once we know the chemicals and it, because that information is out there, like, oh, what do I need to exactly what I need for what I'm doing? What's the exact exercises that I need to be doing right now for we get to min-max our bodies easily.
Again,
Dude.
I don't know, man. I think we're going too far into like how well this helps us, and there's so many ways that it would hurt us more. No,
Got to think about the positive. I mean, at the end of the
Yes.
day, yes, because there is a big ass barn-sized door of Borg lying
Skynet.
there. Yeah.
there's just too
Like,
much that.
yeah.
Well, it's not even. I'm not even like the machines. Right. You know that's kind of sketchy and all, but I'm more worried about the fucking
Corruption.
people, dude.
Yeah.
People fucking.
But here's
suck.
the thing. Here's the thing about that is, with this, that level of intelligence is balanced out. This equality thing has actually happened. There's no more sacred knowledge.
I suppose, but dude, I'm still fucking like like you said, you know, just first thing you do when you get it is make sure nobody else can fucking, you know, hop into your shit because you're so smart you can do that. But are you, you know, just because you can intake and output information, can you actually fix your? It's a chip in your brain. Can you like literally change it to the point where you can't?
I don't see why you couldn't, because then it turns into a because it's probably at that point it is a software point at that point.
What
All
if
you
it's
do is
literally hardware? What if when they install it, it's meant to fuck you?
you can break
we're
hardware with
fucked.
software.
Then we're fucked.
Yeah, probably you could break hardware with software. You could brick an entire computer with a couple lines of code.
I mean, you can at the end of the day, like a Faraday, like if you can cut off the connection, like
Okay.
again, Faraday cage your
Here's
head.
the problem though: is what does that do to your fucking head? Like if you're linked in and shit, and you just fucking start severing shit like that, like how does that not fuck your head up? No. Does it? Is it just like, you know, maybe taking it off? If it's assuming like if it was a helmet, would it be like taking
ever-
it off,
you ever
or would
done-
it be like you're fucking like cutting like
Dude, it's like-
neurons
You ever
and
done?
shit?
You ever done LSD?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's like the reverse of when Xavier puts his helmet on. It's what it is.
It's abrupt, but I mean,
Your brain
who's to
functions
say?
differently.
We're just getting cerebral, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah, that's
Christ!
kind of what
wait,
it is.
Everybody.
That's fucking very similar now that I think about it.
Yes, you're getting cerebro.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, but the government's
really,
gonna
it's
have
a
their fucking hands in your soup.
like.
It's like
I know.
Yeah, like this, where we're bitching about Bill
We
Gates
already-
putting in a chip. Meanwhile, we're getting one tapped right into our brain that is so good that we cannot possibly refuse it.
Yeah, but
Through
that's-
there,
that's
you
the
can
other thing.
sneak
What
some
are we supposed to
nefarious
do?
shit. There is darkness on the side of that door, but this kind of why Elon Musk launched this initiative is because he's under the impression that if we don't go along with AI, we'll get left behind.
Imagine having an AI companion with you, like you're having an onboard. Imagine having Jarvis from Iron Man.
it's
That's what it's like.
You know, yeah, it's like fucking.
Nigga, we gonna be the
Altered Carbon.
cats.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude
I
has a
don't know.
fucking like nanobot fucking reconstruction of a dude that follows him.
Yeah,
fucking weird.
we're gonna be like house cats.
Well, we
he's
think
right
we're in
about that shit.
charge because we're house cats and
No,
we're
we're just-
arrogant that
we're
way.
just docile and chill, and we get to go along for the ride.
Yeah, but what's the fucking ride, bro? I doubt it's gonna be suburban fucking life, dude. I doubt we're gonna be fucking chilling.
Dude, imagine.
No,
imagine
this
using-
unlocks the stars.
using the cybernetic augments the correct way, imagine a souped up human.
Imagine all the greatest brains in the world linked up and actually able to communicate and discuss ideas. This is the romantic me, because it will inevitably spell the end of humanity as we know it, given a long enough timeline. It absolutely will. How fast it happens is where it can be a fun ride.
When you say the end of humanity, do you mean everything dies out and there's zero?
I don't think he means.
Or do you mean like?
No, I think at
way
some
humanity
point,
works.
at some point we will ascend.
And
Through-
become beings that are like no longer
not-
in this form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or just
absolutely.
different.
We're gonna
Whether
be
we
digital, we're gonna be fucking lightning that can think.
Yeah. Well, whether we do it through evolution or AI, where it's still gonna happen.
But
It's
imagine a cybernetically souped up human that can alter the chemical compositions of their bodies, so they can change where their blood flows, they can change when adrenaline goes, and how much they can give themselves.
super soldier. Everyone's a super soldier.
Imagine being able to do that. Imagine putting that against a normal person.
But
Not even with-
that implies
minus
a
the
lot.
cybernetic strength you could give yourself. Imagine if you could stimulate your muscles all the time using cybernetics
So,
to give yourself strength beyond that of a normal human athlete.
To be fair, I think this type of stuff, while I think it's going to be a reality within our lifetimes, I don't think we're looking at it for a decade.
Maybe. But the thing is, in 1 decade, okay, so in 1 decade I'll be
What?
56.
Who the
Imagine how
fuck
much
am I
my
saying?
lifespan could be increased by that.
I'm
How young I
scared
could
of-
stay using
I'm-
these weird bullshit.
I'm terrified of tech. I went from Nokia brick phone to an iPhone 4, because Arctic Circle, Guam, and I just didn't have phone. I shitty track phone to an iPhone 4. It fucked me up. It was like alien technology, man.
Yeah.
Snake, little SMS text, takes you 10 seconds to type LOL. To that shit, that fucked me up. It was hard to adapt. That's
I mean, I guess.
and
but
that's like 4 years, 5 years.
We always say things about that though. Because I mean, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
31.
Okay, so because we always say, the inability to adapt is something that's like, we complain about people not being able to punch their fucking phone number in or download the app and get the deals that they want at the store, and we fucking call that boomer shit, and we complain because the inability to adapt is what we would call weak, right?
It's ignorance.
Sure, but my problem is like, currently, me and Tanner are under the impression that we don't have that and we never will. Now, is that the case? Because when this shit
All
comes
it takes
along
is
and the
missing a
fucking
thing.
10-year-olds are fucking cyborgs and shit, are we going to be like, damn kids and their shit, we don't understand what fucking, what this is about? Like, you know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
we won't because we'll have it.
My niece and nephew take to computers so much quicker than I did, and I grew up on Heroes of Might and Magic, Warcraft, like that era of video games and shit. So I grew up with it. I'm kind of shitty, but they're fuck. It's
different
crazy.
when you're raised in something, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I don't understand a lot of physical things that people do. Like, when people tell me to cook something, I'm retarded at it. I have zero. I never did it. I never put forth any effort to doing it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
so
missing
fucking
information.
I have so much inability to do it that I don't like even approaching it because I'm like, I'm just gonna fuck it up. I don't have the minor amount of intuition to do things correctly because I've never done it.
It's so this problem is solved with Neuralink because this is just ignorance of subject matter. This isn't stupidity, it is lack of knowledge. There's a difference.
Okay.
And with Neuralink, you're able to amend that
even a dumb person,
readily.
if it's like, if all they do is think, how do I open the back of my phone, and it gives them a fucking 3D diagram.
There are
that's on the
people that are
internet
too
of
stupid
it.
to comprehend that, and then there
Sure.
are people that just don't have the information.
And the people, dude, that's almost a little bit of our Darwinism that we want. Because the people who are too stupid are gonna get left behind. They're just gonna be gone.
Well, yeah, that's the most tragic thing about that we do nowadays is not let Darwin have his say in the world.
But using that, the people
We have
who
to bring
can't adapt
everybody
to
forward.
that are actually useless.
Yeah.
Your information
Concur.
is literally
I agree
all
with
in
that.
front of you. It's literally right there. Just take it and use it, and they can't do that.
So what do you do with them? What do you do with
Oh,
those people?
see, the thing is here though is that me and him, we don't give a fuck. Like, we've talked about if we were given Superman level strength with zero weakness, no kryptonite, what we would do and it is so unbelievably cruel, but also unbelievably logical. I would wipe so much of the planet off the face of the earth immediately because they don't fucking matter, right? Like logically speaking, right?
Okay, Bill Gates.
No, I'm just saying, like, dude, like,
You know what I would do?
China, they're
I
kind of
wanna
just
kill
objectively
them all.
bad, right? They maybe produce a lot of shit, but we can fucking
I
figure that
disagree
out
with that.
ourselves.
I disagree with that. There's a lot of China that's not worth getting
Also,
rid
the
of.
government, yes. I wouldn't agree the people are bad, though.
No, sure, but like, like fucking, like Iraq and Syria and shit, like dudes just fucking bombing each other and shooting each other because of
Now, here's the
why?
question. Do you have the ability
Because
to
of the
discern
US.
who these corrupt people
That's
are?
the thing, though, is that the initial, I'm Superman right now, the initial thing is I don't give a fuck, and I'm going to be so fucking terrifying to everyone who wants to oppose me that it's just, like, you guys are all going to be a lot happier in a few years.
damn.
Just right now, I'm going to laser fucking Syria off the
All
planet.
I would do, I wouldn't kill everybody. I would just separate the class. If I
That's the thing. What he's putting forth is I'm going to establish how I am now in charge by glassing somewhere so you understand.
I get it.
like,
I get it,
literally go and
Thanos. I understand
fucking
Thanos.
tear
It's okay.
somebody
I
in
get
half
you.
in Times Square by
Yeah.
flying above them and just use my hands, just rip them to shreds, and then like laser somebody. Like I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be great. It doesn't matter. Right now I'm in charge, and it's gonna be a lot better because 10 years down the road, after everything I say happens,
Will it
it's
be?
gonna be better.
Will cutting half the planet, like,
But it's not
evil comes along with everything we do. You're never getting rid of that.
sure, but like, what the fuck is evil? You know what I'm saying? Like a
Um,
lot of people would say what I'm doing right there is evil, but it's for the greater good by a long shot. By a long shot. And people who argue with me on the greater good, like,
Is it?
I
Is
don't-
it? Is that for the great? Is
Yeah,
is
people
cutting
are gonna be more
like? Are you
fed.
talking indiscriminate?
like they are.
We should have, could have, and for all intents and purposes, like, could have been, I suppose, been past scarcity at this point. There's plenty. We can fit the global population in Texas.
Sure. No, I'm.
We have the capability of. There's no need to, like, and even then, if you're all powerful, like, we got other options. We can take motherfuckers to different planets. Stick them on asteroids. Get some expanse shit.
Sure. I'm just saying, like, somebody who's all powerful and actually able to get things done like without, like, you can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a good thing. Even if like sure, if you give that power to fucking Hitler, like, shit might not be that great. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no bureaucracy, there's no bullshit, there's no a bunch of people with fucking just like differing opinions, like fighting over shit, and there's no fighting. Like if you wanna fight, I don't care what it's about. Like, there's no reason to fight over religion or whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, Muslims killing people because you're not Muslim. Like, I'll fucking kill you all. I don't care. Like, don't do that. So that's just the way it is. Like, as soon as you fight, I'm just gonna fucking literally and just blow you to shreds. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that not make sense in a way?
It does, but how sterile of a world is that?
Elaborate, like, on sterile.
You need violence. The world needs violence.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna supply plenty of violence, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And then, oh man, how much of an existence would that be to just know that you live on the whim of that?
It's not.
Because it is
But,
ultimately.
okay, yeah, but the whim is don't fucking kill each other for stupid reasons.
That's
Don't
your
fucking
perception.
hoard food.
That's your perception.
Of what?
Uh,
Stupid reasons? Like
Yeah.
religion?
Most people think that their causes that they're doing are justified, and a lot of people agree with them,
Sure.
and a lot of them are justified. And violence has to be enacted through it for different ways. Because what's violence to you? Is violence only physical? Is it mental enslavement?
I mean, like, clearly I can't save every cat from every tree. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give. No. I'm not talking about like pedantic shit like that. I mean, like.
Like, can you give me an example of like violence justified? Okay, well, you know what? That's not a good way to phrase that, because I would argue that my
Yeah.
violence to end the
To stop further violence.
like privatizing world peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally saying you don't need to fight for these reasons, and it's fucking retarded, and maybe you don't think so, but I'm more powerful than you, and I say so. And I don't care, like, if you're sad about that.
You know,
if you're sad
like,
that you can't kill other people because they're not Muslim, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's why...
Yeah, sure.
Like,
You have to realize that that there's a large chunk of this population that would incessantly fight against that ruler and therefore would be seen as a cruel god.
I mean, yeah, but, like, how are you going to fight against Superman?
I
I don't
mean,
care if I'm
You're
a cruel
not,
god.
and
I'm
that
a cruel
it
god.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can fight against a cruel god or not. The acknowledgement of a cruel god. I mean, God. Would you
That's
want to
the-
rule
that's
over
the
that
thing is,
existence?
like, I never
Like,
said this wasn't
wow.
horribly cruel.
Yeah.
I also just said that, like, shit would get done, and I think
Yeah.
things would be objectively better for the human race, because, again, if I have all power, I can
progress
say,
would
stop
be
fucking
made.
throwing
I
away
would-
all this food because people can't afford it.
I would give progress would be made. Whether it's an advancement or not, would
But
see how that shook
what-
out.
what,
but progress would definitely be
What
made
progress
because
would
once
I
you,
be stopping by what I've told you so far? You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm not saying you would. Progress would be made. You absolutely would.
Okay, but, like,
if you cut red tape and bureaucracy, like, trust me, like, you know, ANCAP fucking shit, I'm down with. If you can cut that away and it will be better. But there's a lot of people that'll fight the method.
Sure.
And you know what
I'm
our
aware of
solution for that is?
Yeah, that's the
that's-
thing, though. It's like, I understand, and maybe that's unfair, but, like, the world being fair for everyone is kind of unachievable, even if I'm Superman.
So by that respect,
So-
would you say that you're taking away everybody's freedom?
Yeah.
Freedom to do what? That's the
Just
thing.
just their freedom. Just
Act
their,
autonomously.
Well,
act
okay, but are you free
Because they
right
are
now?
beholden to you.
Are you free right now?
No.
Exactly. Like,
That doesn't mean that we
people don't-
shouldn't be.
People don't.
Like-
yeah. How can I take things you don't have?
What you're saying is what you want to be is the embodiment of our current state.
Like what?
Because at the end of the day, we are beholden to as many laws that anybody can get arrested for anything that they want to be. We are beholden to however we are, they want to deal with somebody they can.
Yeah.
We are beholden to them at the end of the day, as we would be to you, and we are a benevolent force and like, look, work this way and everything will be fine.
Yeah, but the problem with that
That's a
though, is that
tortured existence.
I'm not looking to fucking be that 0.1% and take all the fucking wealth, and I don't want anyone else to be that way either. Jeff Bezos doesn't need $1 trillion, right? I don't care how successful, how smart. Like, I'm more capitalistic than I am communistic by a long shot, but I don't care how smart or successful or how cool you are. What the fuck? Like, you just don't deserve that when there are people that are literally dying. Like, I don't think that's the way it should be. You know?
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think people should have a reasonable expectation to profit from
their own excellence,
their worth,
right?
from what their worth that they put into
And
the
I
world.
agree.
Yeah.
But I also, like, having the power to change those things, change it from, like, people who fucking, like Jeff Bezos, like, I'd fucking seize huge sum of his assets.
Well,
now, he's still going
it's-
to be fucking majorly successful,
Well,
but I don't need him
he's-
to have fucking $90 bajillion. Like,
He's
you just don't need-
ingrained into the global infrastructure. You know that like 70% of the internet infrastructure is owned by Amazon. Like,
It's crazy.
yeah, man.
Well,
Like,
I think 1/6 of everything you see is owned by Disney.
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, there like 6 or 7 companies own pretty much everything. Like,
Yeah.
this
It's
happened a
it's,
long time ago. This
Amazon,
isn't
Nestle, right?
Comcast,
Viacom is a big
Viacom,
one.
yeah,
Time
Viacom.
Warner.
Time Warner.
Maybe owned by Viacom, but is a big one.
Yeah.
But you
Warner
get my
Brothers.
point,
Yeah, absolutely. But I just
though. Like, where do you disagree with me is my question. I'm not trying to convince you that because we all have our different opinions,
that there's nothing that you could do as that god that would have those people not rebelling against you
That's
for the
fine.
violence, and through that place would have for your judgment become necessary reaction to that, and through that
Unless
people
you
would
have-
constantly be fighting it, and
unless
it would
you
be a
have the
tortured
ability-
existence.
Yeah, unless you have the ability to actually just take away their free will entirely.
Yeah,
That's the
you'd
thing, though.
have
It's
to.
like the I don't. Like,
You'd have to Borg them to let somebody truly know that what I'm doing is good for you, unless you can truly convey that to an entire mass of people, which is, as we've seen, essentially impossible.
How can
Then-
I can't feel pain. They can't hurt me with their earthly weapons. You know, I'm Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do to me? That's my first thing, right?
Well, they
you
won't
can't.
They won't be
There's
able to do
nothing.
anything.
There is
Nothing.
nothing.
They
so
can't.
my existence cannot be tortured.
It's futile.
No,
No, not
your
yours.
existence.
Not yours. Theirs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Humanity's existence.
Sure.
Humanity's
The-
existence
the
is
pro-
tortured.
The amount of people who are tortured today and will be tortured afterwards would be insanely different, because there's going to be people who fight me, sure, they might always fight
Perpetually.
me perpetually, right?
Yeah.
But so many people are going to be better off that it like.
So
And it-
for the greater good, huh?
I mean, sure. That's the thing, though. It's like, sure, because like, how many of us sit here like, oh yeah, Neuralink sounds good, but the government fucking sucks. That's what our conversation's been about a lot today. What if they can control us? What if we get shit on because of that? That wouldn't be a thing, right?
Not true.
Neuralink would be great, and it would be great, and just that's it.
No. There's just because we get a solution doesn't mean that that corruption goes away. That means that, well, the enemy's gonna learn how. We just the fight is on a new frontier.
Like, but my point is what do you mean by that? Because my point with what I was saying is that, like,
Deeper underground, basically.
like
Operating from a spot where they can still. I don't know how.
So-
I don't know the chess pieces here, obviously, but operating from a spot where they still have a level of control, maybe less. But
A whole
out of-
religion spawned from this concept, Christianity, and it led to like the whole point of Christianity spawned out of life is meant to be suffering, because they were enslaved upon enslaved at that point in time. Those that were believers in Jesus were doubly so, and after their savior died, they came to the belief that he died for their sins, and that like they will be, that though this existence is a tortured one, and there is no escape from this physical torment, you in this instance, then that they'll have safety in the next life. Their existence was so tortured that they had to create infinity to deal with it. And they went underground because they were persecuted for the belief for over 1,000 years. They were in caves and shit, and it was a slave religion passed in secret.
What he's kind of what it could come down to is how do you destroy an idea?
I mean, sure, but
can't-
like what torturing are you talking about? You know, like
You've destroyed half of humanity.
not necessarily. Like, what? Like,
But it could be.
No, what?
It could be.
That's what
It
that's
could
what this
be.
instance was that we were talking about, wasn't it?
it was maybe a portion of it, but I never.
All right,
I'm
half
just saying
the-
it could be. I'm just saying people who fucking define me for the wrong reasons, right? And like you.
That's
might
all
say-
you need. Then
might
that's
say
all you need.
Wrong is
Like-
is subjective, sure, right? But like,
Any authority figure will be rebelled against.
Yeah.
You are the ultimate authority figure. Rebellion will always happen, and you will have to take, as you should. This is just the natural way that this plays out. Is you will have to take the firm hand with the flock that is trying to lead more of your flock astray. Those have to be culled, and you try to shrink it down, but they're always, in every single instance, is further fracturing.
but when life and just fucking quality of life prospers everywhere because of me, right? Which prosper
irrelevant.
again is subjective.
But it's also irrelevant.
How is that irrelevant? When people all have food and water and shelter and like,
Because this is all based on a giant act of what these humanity would seem is a giant act of cruelty, whether done through love and wanting to further it is irrelevant. This is taking into it. This is hoping that all humanity would see your just action for the just action, and not what is easily misconstrued as a cruel action, and it will always be rebelled against.
maybe, but again, this comes back to like
What I'm saying is like
This
you
comes
can't
back
get
to
rid of
not
this
feeding your
chaos.
kid candy.
Well,
Right?
it would
Now,
probably
it might
be-
make their stomach hurt, and they might, like, you know that, but you're still not, like, you're not going to let them eat candy even though they're going to cry and scream. You know what I'm saying? Right? Now, it's the same thing. Maybe you're going to cry and scream, rebel if you want. Rebel to the authority figure. Go ahead, right? But, like, if you actually just start fucking killing people because they're not Muslim, like, then I'll kill you. But, like, if you're just going to rebel and protest, like, I don't fucking care. You want to know why I don't fucking care? Because you can't do anything to me.
I don't mean rebel in like the signs on the streets. I mean rebel against your justification. They can't do anything against you. Their actions are futile.
Sure. So why do I care?
You don't care. That's not. No, I'm talking about this is where you're viewing this from as the omnipotent God. I'm viewing this as humanity viewing this omnipotent God.
Okay. And so I don't exactly. I don't care unless they break my fucking 10 commandments. You know, right?
It's there's a lot of instances of cruel gods that led by the sword. There's a place for it because it is effective.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is I don't have a problem with being cruel. I don't have a problem with being hated by Cro-Magnons, right? And that's what I'll call them because
Damn.
like this shit's gonna fucking work out and everyone's gonna be
Man,
better
if you
off
knew
for
what
it.
that meant, you should study Cro-Magnons more.
My point is that like
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with being cruel.
Yeah,
like
I understand.
Like we've talked
Yeah.
about eugenics, right?
Yeah, yeah,
People
Machi-
with desirable
Machi-
traits, desirable intelligence, and shit like that should be bred. They
Yeah,
should be bred.
Machiavelli. You have to commit great evil acts for the benefit of society. I understand. I get it.
But you
Humanity
disagree.
wouldn't. No, I don't even necessarily disagree.
Okay.
But humanity would,
Yeah.
It would be kind of a
and it
thing,
would be a tortured. I'm not.
well-
I'm atheistic. I like in nature. I wouldn't be driven to that.
It would probably be an instance of quality of life improving, morale lowering.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Like everybody's lives.
Well,
if you're free to do
everybody-
your own shit still, as long as you're not fucking like again.
Yeah, but-
maybe I have my 10 commandments. If you're not breaking those, and that's pretty fucking reasonable. Let's be real here. Don't kill people based on religion.
Hold on. I see where they're coming from. No, I do like I still like the idea of what we're doing, obviously, because
Because less people.
Fuck
Because
these
Bill
people.
Gates.
But also,
Because Bill Gates did nothing wrong, apparently. Jesus, we've
But
come some full circles this
whether or
this
not
podcast.
you're right,
Right.
people are stupid
Yeah.
and will be upset regardless.
Yeah.
And through there will come a sense of righteousness that will never be
Yeah, there's gonna
stamped
be
out.
there's
And
always
even
going to be the idea that
it's-
you could literally snap you could even if let's say you didn't kill anybody. Let's say if all you did was improve literally everything, everybody's good. Someone's gonna hate you anyway because they're retarded, and then there's gonna
And
they'll
they
tell-
don't understand.
and then they're gonna tell somebody else and be like, "This nigga retarded," and they're gonna be like, "You right," and then they're gonna be more, and there's gonna be more, and it's always gonna be there.
Yeah. I'm aware.
there's a cool there's actually a kind of cool Netflix. Have you ever seen Love, Sex, and Robots?
Yeah, dude.
I need to watch.
The yogurt
It's
one
really
is a very relevant
Oh,
thing
yeah.
to this.
Oh yeah,
It's-
the yogurt
it's-
one's
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
great,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it was really good.
Well,
What
I don't know.
happened?
The yogurt one's a little more.
Once they cleansed everything, life was great, but there was still a cleansing that had to happen, and then. what
Wait,
happened?
hold on. Maybe
What
I'm not
happened?
remembering it correctly. Because what I thought has happened is the yogurt could speak, right?
Yeah, and then
the
they-
chick was like, "Hold the fucking phone. This yogurt's talking," and it was like, "I have the solutions, right, to everything." So it tells everyone, it's like, if you follow my plan exactly, everything is going to improve 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But because humans are humans, they don't follow the plan exactly, and shit gets fucking bad. But that was the yogurt's fucking like one fucking clause was, if you don't follow it, then I get to I get to fucking like do whatever I want or some shit like that, right?
Well, it.
Or I'm gonna leave.
So
I
the
think
first
I
thing,
remember
the
that.
first thing that happened was they took Ohio. Like they granted them Ohio, and then they're like, and if you give us Ohio, here's this list of things that if you follow it exactly, will lead to a fully prosperous society that will go to the stars and everything. If you just give us Ohio. So Ohio went great, and they pushed everyone out that thought differently than them, had their yogurt cyborg community that if you ran along to get along, and the rest of the United States completely fell apart, and had its culling is I guess what we would call this culling of the wrong thought in how this shakes out, right? And then they leave, I guess. And they go to the stars.
Yeah.
That's not entirely relevant, I suppose, but them knowing that humanity couldn't possibly stick along to this set of rules that has been given to them because humanity is flawed. It's inherent to the journey for us. Like that's the thought. A lot of thing that people don't get is like the irrationality is a fundamental function of humanity. It leads to erratic thought and progress that
Doesn't always-
reaches out from the bell curve.
I guess. Sure. But at what point? At what point does Neuralink make, or whatever Neuralink can become?
Whatever.
More, I guess more cyborg than human. You know what I'm saying? Because this human facet that keeps fucking with
Hey, we
everything.
had this conversation last week.
Did we?
Yes.
Human
Where does humanity go off?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
we talked about what makes humanity. We all discussed it. Awesome. What do you think? What makes humans humans? What is humanity?
Oh, that's a fucking hard one.
Oh yeah, we know.
Like
What makes you human? What can you take away until you aren't human
Like,
anymore?
snap judgment would probably be like close to like your brain function, right? Like your
Self-awareness.
Okay, I don't know. Like there's got to be some emotional level to it, right? Like humans
something I
humans
said.
can make emotional connections that are different from most other things, right?
Dolphins can make emotional connections to things.
Yeah, no, and so can like fucking
but
like orcas and
animals
shit.
have humane aspects too.
Yeah.
There's one piece.
That's the thing. What's
One
the
piece.
piece that
What's the
is
defining?
What's that
makes it
spark? What's
humans?
that
I don't
spark?
think there is one. I think it's a collection of things.
I think it's
Fair.
our collectivism that has led to like our natural draw to be societal creatures lends to tremendous growth of
Other animals do
intelligence.
that too.
Here's the problem, though.
And
Because other animals do that.
What about
Live
them
in
fucking
they do.
them those Alaskan
Communication
hermits
is
that
important.
don't talk to people for 15 years? Is that guy not a human?
He has less humanity, I would say.
Okay.
I'd say it's a darker place, more feral, feral. Definitely, you get more as isolation. You lose touch.
Okay.
Go away.
There's something there to that.
I can always make a bad joke about that stupid ass movie, dude.
Weird.
Okay.
But I would agree that it's probably that it could easily lend itself to being a collection of specific things that could make humanity, and it isn't just one thing.
I think what I arrived at was I'll probably get it wrong because fuck, how did I word this last week? The ability to be aware
To reflect.
of your action,
reflect.
the ability to reflect on your actions.
Which I mean, there's no way to really know
If other creatures
creatures can do that as well.
They know I did wrong, I did bad, I shouldn't do that again, and over time, conditioning happens. But
is that reflection?
But I don't think that's reflection. I think that's learned obedience.
'Cause,
Whether
like-
it be positive or negative,
guess,
it's
yeah.
still reinforcement.
Is if you're reflecting on something, you think, did I do something
the
wrong?
ability
Could I have
to-
done it better? How does that emotionally affect me as a
The
I don't
ability
think
to
that's
grow
reflection.
from a situation.
No, I don't think what animals do is reflection.
Oh yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree. I would agree that that's not. That's why Zach thinks one of the most human things you can do is reflect
But again, there's no way
on
to
your
tell.
actions or
I mean,
other people's actions.
Certain animals, sure, but I mean, like, there's no way to tell if other
Yeah, what
animals
is it, like
can't
the-
self-reflect.
Because I think it's orcas. I'm pretty fucking sure it's orcas. So the part of the brain that establishes an emotional connection through family, they have like a similar, like you can fucking graph like brains and like see different parts
Yeah.
and like understand, right? The part of our brain that like creates familial ties and like emotional connection through that is like 1/8 the size of, and like that's not even like proportionate for like animal size. Like orcas have a much like more like advanced,
So smart.
like fucking ridiculously advanced part of their brain that handles familial ties.
I would think
that's
that
why,
they
like-
would be one of the most humane one of the creatures with the most humanity.
I've
Orcas are crazy,
spent
but they're
a lot
also
of, like,
vicious.
what's it called?
And that comes with
Blackfish?
humanity,
I think
too.
there's a fucking documentary called Blackfish.
Yeah.
And it talks about how orcas that were captured because they like swim in pods, with their family. They were captured and separated from their family. Like, they can harbor resentment for like fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
And then they just fucking kill somebody because they get mad.
Oh, dude.
I'll have to bust out some. I have some
How
pictures
intelligent is game
of
orca from
orcas like pushing themselves onto a sheet of ice and just romping on penguins. It is Jesus.
Yeah,
It's
and like
brutal.
like
It's cool,
the,
but-
there's like the divers that tell stories about it, and like there's divers that are SeaWorld fucking attraction people that get fucking murdered by these things because like 15 years ago this thing got separated from its kid and it was just fucking mad, and it's been mad for 15 years and it just fucking kills somebody.
I think marine life has had a lot longer to develop emotional connections because they don't necessarily have as good an ability to communicate, and they do. They have great ability to communication. They don't have the greatest ability to effectualize it. They're kind of locked into their shit until evolution takes them down a different path of being able to
Their physical manipulation ability.
they need some thumbs, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the crazy part is
But they
how
do war
cruel
tactics.
They get. They like when you try and swim back to the top. They'll let you get breaths of air and then pull you back under.
They do war tactics, dude.
They're
They
fucking
like
scary.
mile-wide war tactics and shit. They'll go and like set up positions and stuff and like box things in and close them in. They naturally learn
Yeah,
these. It's
and like
wild.
So that's one of the things that did there's a diver who like talked on the documentary about how when he was fucking attacked by an orca, like he'd done shows with this thing for like 100 times or whatever, and then one time it just got fucking decided to have fun and start fucking playing with him, and like it was drowning him. The thing is not only was he like a SeaWorld attractionist or a fucking performer or whatever, but he had been like a professional diver for like 15 years. And so what he did is when it pulled him down, he didn't fight, and he like just did his fucking like his breath retention techniques and just sat on the bottom of the pool for like as long as he could, and then he slowly swim to the top in a like unprovocative manner, and it would like drag him down again and like try and like fucking like mess with him and shit, and he would just be as calm as possible until eventually it stopped paying attention and he made a fucking dart for the exit, and it like went for him, and they like drag him out right as it's like at the water and shit, and it's like that's so fucking freaky, dude, that they're
That's
just
passion.
like that.
There's something. That's some humanity there. That passion.
It's fucking
Ugh,
weird.
that cruelty is. That's,
Where it's like, you took
That's
my baby
animal.
from me so long ago, and I just haven't gotten over it. Now I'm gonna fucking
Because
kill you.
a lot of animals don't do that. If the animal's gonna kill you, it's not gonna fuck with you for her to watch me bat you back and forth.
And
No,
not
it's
even
gonna
that.
kill you
It's
because
not
I'm
even
trying
gonna
to eat you.
It's not even gonna stir around for fucking 10 years. It's gonna either be that way or it's not. But like orcas just fucking hang on to their vengeance for so long before they crack. Like there's one.
they're
that,
like women.
most orcas
Eventually.
most orcas in
I'm just glad it
captivity
wasn't me this time.
are bred from like the single one that was like the original one, and that one was fucked. Like super fucking angry, always
Really?
like it was
Just a
attacking-
dickhead
Yeah, because it was like a
paterfamilias.
baby when it
Nice.
got taken from its mom,
Oh.
and so it's like it grew up and it was like kind of mistreated at first by humans, and so like because back then there wasn't really a whole lot of regulations, and like PETA wasn't really like about that. And it was like fucking like 50 years ago.
They're still not above it.
I think he's
PETA.
dead now, but because fucking a long time ago. But most orcas in captivity are bred from that one guy. And let me tell you,
Damn,
dude,
I didn't know
milking
that
a
shit.
fucking orca dick, that's a fucking job.
Woo,
Imagine
but that's
that shit.
gallons, dude.
Dude, because they have him like
That's why the
pull up on
ocean's
the
salty.
side of this like fucking pool that's like a foot deep, Well, his is like real deep, but then the pool's like a foot deep where the humans stand, and like he's got like a fucking a schlong, let me tell you. And
He's
they
packing
just milk
meat.
his shit
It's-
and just like collect it.
That's
And
one
it
of
was,
the
like,
stupidest.
expensive.
It's one of the stupidest sailor jokes. Is why is the ocean salty? Sperm whales.
Whale cum. Yeah, it's just that's just crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know they were all bred from the one guy. I
I'm
remember
pretty
going
sure
to
it's like-
SeaWorld as a kid and loving it and shit, and like
Dude, you
looking
should-
back
you
on
should
it, it's
watch
tortured.
Blackfish.
Oh man, I know all about it. I choose where to
That's why they
marshal
don't
my
do-
hatred.
Because as of like recently, we've been able to discover these like familial ties and why orcas fucking are vengeant, like revenge-filled monsters, and that's why they don't do body-to-body shows. Yeah, there's always got to be like a fucking separator between them. You can train it to do shit, but you can't swim in the water with it anymore because orcas are just dangerous, and it might take 15 fucking years for them to show it.
I think your dolphins work similarly because people have been saved by dolphins. People dolphins
get raped by dolphins.
People get raped by dolphins. People get killed by dolphins, but they also get saved by dolphins. Just like people. People have been raped by people. People have been saved by people. People have been murdered by people.
Yeah, chaos is a thing inherent to nature. I don't think that's humanity. Yeah, it's just inherent to nature is chaos.
But I feel like a lot of animals don't have the cognitive ability to to differentiate. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do, obviously, but I feel like
I think a lot of animals have familial connection, and that doesn't that drive for that social connection isn't inherent to just us either. It's one of those pieces.
But I'm talking about
but it's
when
inherent
I say
to a lot of
differentiate,
things.
I mean between dolphins that want to kill people and dolphins that want to save people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
my dog loves me, hates you. For some reason that I can't discern. It's just inherent to her nature. Just because she's a mutt. She's a reservation dog.
Until we can somehow project animals' inner thoughts.
That's going to be kind of fucked. I don't know about that. Because
dude,
it would humanize them.
Hit up a dog to a Neuralink though. We can hit a chimp. Why not a dog?
I don't think that's the same. Because chimps are a lot more that's why we study chimps.
Dogs are more intelligent than we give them credit for.
Sure.
Dude, that's why a dog can now fucking throw its own ball. Because now it can fucking use the Neuralink and have a little fucking thing that it knows to fucking... Or like
because people have made a fucking a slingshot that resets itself and the dog just has to pull a string and it'll throw its own ball.
Animals are... they're good at puzzles and shit. And that's what that is.
What is it, like fucking octopuses? Have you seen the one where they put the octopus in the jar and it suctions onto the thing and spins the fucking lid off? It's like a fucking peanut butter jar and it twists it off because it suctions to the sides, suctions to the top, and then spins that shit until it pops off and then it
Dude, they have one bone in their body and it's that big to a big old octopus. And if they can put that bone through it, they can get through it. They're 1 inch surfaces. This whole thing will just. They're
weird.
Puzzle experts, man.
Yeah.
It's so octopus are so cool.
They're one of the most renewable fish in the sea. The way they breed and the way that they you should go and catch octopus and eat octopus. That should be more of a
such a short life cycle, but and they also reproduce just fucking mad.
Yeah, almost
that's things people talk about how we're out fishing the sea. People should fucking breed octopus and eat octopus.
That's almost
delicious if done right.
It's weird. It's almost
can be terrible.
Insects. Insects have really short lifespans and they breed in the fucking huge amounts. It's just interesting.
People should start eating more bugs. Dude.
I'm not. I haven't been adverse to eating bugs until they started pushing it as commie shit, and I'm man, I used to going to Boy Scouts and you to eat crickets and shit. Find out that they don't taste bad, and
I don't think it's about the taste for me. It's
what
about
is it?
The
what is it?
Crunch that bothers me.
Yeah?
It's literally the texture, and I feel like I'd be able to bite into it and feel the legs and shit.
So if they did it like a mushroom burger, where they went and put that shit in a blender, made it a pate, then down, good to go.
I have psoriasis. I haven't got enough fungus on my skin, bro. I don't need fungus in my mouth, too.
Okay, that's okay. Then a cricket burger, fine. Let's, call it whatever the fuck you want.
Realistically,
grind it up, make it a patty,
give
it a shot.
If I can't feel the texture, I don't think I'd.
It's like Demolition Man, where they tell him where he goes down, he eats the burger, and they're it's made out of rat, and he's he thinks for a second, he's that's nasty. You can tell. That's what he's thinking. But he goes,
it's a good rat burger.
That's
me. I don't have much problem trying.
My issue obviously is that you digest things
optically
anything. To a point. If something looks appetizing, you'll want to eat it. But if people were to be yeah, this is spider, and somebody can't do spider on a stick, no, I have arachnophobia, can't do it. Fuck no. But if someone's
crush your enemies
and eat them
in rock candy form.
But if they were literally yeah, we make this out of random insects and arthropods and random bullshit, but it just looks like a burger, tastes good, fine. As long as it's processed enough that I don't have to deal with it, blended it up.
Well, that's the thing. It's I don't really like onions. I don't know what it is about onions. I don't like the way they like crunch in my mouth.
I hate raw onion.
Sure,
This-
I don't know. But the thing
this
is like
shit-
if you
this
put
shit-
onion flavor in things, I don't mind that. It's just the,
Now just
the
after,
texture?
like,
The
when I have
texture?
a cold, I'll
That-
take
that-
an onion and be like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
I'm
it's
with
like
you.
this
I'm with
weird-
you on that. Like cooked in any different form, done in any different way.
Or it's
I'm down
the
with
same
it.
way with cooked carrots. I don't know what it is about that. I'm not a fan of cooked carrots. But I'll eat fucking raw carrots. And
All day, every day.
Well, I mean that's not true. I'll eat some cooked carrots if they're like mixed in with something because I don't necessarily mind the flavor. It's just the weird like mushiness. There's some things I just have a weird thing with texture.
Got fried right.
I'll point out we are.
Yeah, I
we
was
were-
like, well, how the fuck did we get on carrots and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and
That was
then
We've been going for like 3 hours.
God damn.
Time flies when
It
you're
was a fun one.
talking about possibly being God, destroying half the country or half the world,
Or just fucking being
a fun-
cyborg time.
It's
Yeah,
a
or
fun
being
thought
cyborgs.
experiment. It's a fun concept.
or the
You know,
UN
given
being like,
Oh, wait.
given a magic
You know what we
wand.
should have brought up is the shopping cart theory.
oh, the ultimate.
The decision on whether you're an animal who can't be self-governed or a fucking contributing member to society.
Whether or not
It's
you bring.
objectively right to bring the shopping cart back to the well, right? Like objectively, like you're helping, and it takes relatively no time. Under very few circumstances, like an immediate emergency, would it be okay to leave your fucking shopping cart out, right? However, if you choose not to, just because, like
You're a
an
lazy
animal,
faggot. Fuck
you
you.
can't be self-governed, and you're not contributing just because, even though it's such an inexpensive amount of time and energy.
It's people thinking. It's people not caring about other people. Is all. It is a lack of compassion. Is because they know that somebody has to do that. They know that somebody's gonna have to put that back. They just don't care that it's not them, even though it's their responsibility. Oh, I'm leaving. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit.
That's why
Fuck that
in
dude.
other countries, like in the UK and
Get
shit,
a better job, you bum.
they have
You know,
you have to pay
that
for
mentality.
cards. You have to pay for cards, but you get it back. It's like a deposit.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit where you
Yeah, you-
fucking like drop in a quarter, get the fucking cart, and then when you walk out, you
Yeah.
push the cart in, and it like pushes out another quarter. We said we were gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, next time.
Thanks for
Sure.
thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Why not?
unredacted.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I told you, it's pretty fun.
Entertaining.